dreams. I've been anything you wanna be. Oh, I'm the cult of personality.
Hello, welcome to another edition of The Voice of Ocala on the third day of 2013. I'm Buddy Martin. The program airs every weekday, 3 to 6, and on Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock, the sports page. Glad to be back with you today for another show, somewhere around our 647th show, we believe. We haven't counted it, but we think it's somewhere in that neighborhood. So, amazingly, coming up on 1,900 hours of broadcasting here in the city of Ocala and the county of Marion. Welcome to Phase 2 of the new and improved Voice of Ocala. What is it? Well, we're making it up as we go along. We'll let you know.
That's the new and improved.
There you go.
At least
That's the
now
fun
we're
part.
admitting we're making it up.
Exactly. One thing that's not new is that we give stuff away here all the time. We're working on a new plan, by the way, to give even more stuff away. But this is the one that involves goodies every day for trivia questions. You guys been killing Tom lately. He's getting his back up a little bit, so he'll have a question for you, hopefully the next segment. Chance to win what?
We're going to give away 2 free tickets to the Marion Theater and a $10 gift certificate. No, you know what? We're going to give 2 tickets to the Marion Theater and a free oil change from Double D
Free oil
Automotive.
change. Okay, pretty
So we're giving away about a $45 value.
All right, stay tuned. We give stuff away almost every day, and we're going to continue to give more stuff, better plan, and the new and improved Voice of Ocala, so stay tuned for that. That's Tom Schmidt. He's here along with J.J. LaSalva, who's in the cockpit running this thing, and Hunter Thompson Turner making another guest appearance on the show. Reading a very good book, I might add. I'm reading a book called Thomas Jefferson, The Art of Power, by John Meacham, which I'll talk about today from another context. But Hunter's got even a better book
I do, buddy.
for Christmas. Amazing. Hunter, how did you get that book?
Well, I woke up Christmas morning and
Santa?
Santa came and he brought me Urban's Way by Buddy Martin, and I can't tell you how cool it is to work for a guy who's so talented as yourself.
Here's 20. Thanks for saying it just like I wrote it out for you. That's perfect. Well, did you get a chance to read any of it yet, Hunter?
I've read the first couple chapters. I'm
Okay.
gonna finish it up hopefully
All right.
in the next few weeks.
I'm a little sick to my stomach right now.
I'm liking it a lot.
I'm a little nauseous right now.
Well, you were reading your tweets to us earlier, so I mean,
Yeah, I like your tweets too, Tom.
Whatever.
By the way,
Well,
you're a tweeter.
we don't. At least I don't
You're a tweeter
subject
and
them
I
to
did.
reading chapters of my book here before we go on the air.
So Santa brought you that book?
Yes.
Did Santa make people pay for that book?
Yes.
I could have got you one out of the closet for free.
Well,
I
no,
mean,
you couldn't. There's nothing free. I bought those books, by the way, just in case you want
I
to know.
believe that
They never are free. Somebody has to
nothing's
pay
free
them
in
something.
this
Yeah, but I wouldn't have
Somebody
charged
pays.
him. I'd have gave it to him
Didn't
for
cost
free.
you anything, of
It's not
course.
my book. What do I
right,
care?
Right. Exactly. You don't care.
It's horrible.
Well, thanks for contributing to the Martin Fund. And today on the program, we've got for you, well, we're going to talk about it. JJ's already been busy back there in production cutting a little soundbite from yesterday's show where somebody called that shot. I don't know who.
Not Ping.
We'll leave it at this. We'll see who it was. So who it was. So we'll surprise you. with
Was
that.
the Oracle here yesterday?
Could have been. Could be Oracle Jr. But what a debacle, to put it mildly. We'll save our commentary until the 5 o'clock hour, except to say, I know I wasn't the only person that turned it off before it was over. I had probably about 3 minutes to go in the game, and I never turn off a Gator game. And last night I said, I'm tired. I'm tired of watching this, and I'm tired. I want to go to bed. So I clicked it off, went to bed, and, of course, nothing changed. I woke up at the same old score, same old Gators, and same old debacle. So we'll talk about that. Let's just say, it was for a Sugar Bowl. It was certainly sour for Gator fans.
It was a pretty good. I mean, it was a pretty good night of television for me. I, by halftime, realized what the outcome was going to be, and so I flipped over and watched the Duck Dynasty marathon. I did good. I watched good television.
Well, of course, we like to say it's always about Tom on the show, so we're glad Tom had a good night.
I did have a good night.
Also, today on the program, Laurie Martin Gregory joins us. We're going to talk about handicapping the Oscars, and that's changing. The article that came in today I read. And also, Miss Joni's home today sick. She's not doing well. She's got worse overnight, and we're sending her off to the doctor. So Laurie's going to give us a little part 2 or part 3 of treating a cold again. What do you do for it? Some things to do, because it seems like it's so simple, yet everybody has to go through it at one time or another. So get better, Johnny, and we'll talk to Laurie about that and about the Oscars. And today, we're remembering the Tennessee Waltz. And that was not as directed by Peyton Manning, by the way. That's the song and the woman who sang it. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. One of those songs back in my day, way back in the day, that I used to be able to cut a rug with all the good-looking girls in Ocala. And one I'll always remember is, well, never mind. I won't go any further now. Today, Dr. Buddy in the house.
Nice. This is my favorite segment.
Is it really?
Yes.
Mine too.
Well, this is the thing. We're going to go way back on relationships today, all the way back to the late 1700s. And
all right.
When you were a kid in school.
Well, yeah, right. I was just going to grade school. One of the most famous relationships in the history of our country, and one that's most controversial, between the man who became president and a woman who was a slave. Okay? So I'm saying about that. You know the story. If you know history, you know what it's about. Learned a lot about this in this book on Thomas Jefferson, which I'll tell you about. Hunter and I will compare our cliff notes on our book right there. Also, I've thought about JJ when I read this. Weird news, and we'll just give you a tease. Wait until you hear where this guy left his baby. And, of course, JJ, what state do you think it happened in?
Of course, the great state of Florida.
Correct. So, and also, one of my old newspapers hired an armed guard yesterday for over a story that they wrote. We'll tell you about that.
Wow.
Sports coming up. We've got Richard Burton from College of Central Florida, and he will be here to he will talk about the basketball team. And we're going to get two so-called experts on the topic. Why was it that Charlie Strong was never asked to interview for the head job when Urban left? I'll ask that question to Mark Long of the Associated Press, who will also share and shed some light on the Tim Tebow situation. Did you guys see him last night on the sideline?
I did.
Did you see? Well, turn your mic on. I was just saying, did you see with Tom Bernaldi?
Yes.
Gave him a hug.
Kind of a love fest. He got a man crush
He's
on
like,
Tebow.
listen, do you realize what you've done for ESPN? All the ratings we've got because of you. Thank you.
Tebow wearing his Gator colors as opposed to any green. So last night, So we'll talk a little bit about that with our friend Mark Long of the APN. France Beer will weigh in on all football and basketball. This is question is, did last night's debacle erase what was a really scintillating season for Will Muschamp? We'll talk about that coming up in sports as well. So stay tuned to the program today, folks. Our 659th. No, that's not right. What did I say? 640. I don't know.
645, 646.
647.
Right there.
A lot of them right here on the station called
13,
WOCA.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. Streaming live at WOCA.com.
The source.
Hello, I'm Dawn Lovell, lead event designer and owner at Party Time Rentals. Have you ever wondered what it takes to make an event spectacular? Well, look no further. It's what we do every day. Whether you're hosting an intimate dinner for 10 or a gala for thousands, at Party Time Rentals, we find just the right style and elegance to make your event a success. Our extensive inventory of the finest in chandeliers, tents, crystal, china, and specialty items is featured in our fabulous showroom. Stop by and say hello. It's a great way to get ideas for an event and experience for yourself how you can make your party time special.
Party Time Rentals, located on Southwest 10th Street, just off Route 200 in Ocala, and off Southwest 34th Street in Gainesville. For more information, call 352-629-8858. That's 352-629-8858. The party begins at Party Time.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And State Farm agent Angie Lewis is always there, too, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. At the Angie Lewis State Farm Agency, they go far beyond any slogan. Angie wants to help you adjust your insurance needs as your life evolves, from everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. They want to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. Each week on The Voice of Ocala, they feature a Good Neighbor of the Week, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. They're also big sports fans, friends and sponsor our weekly State Farm State of the State report, which highlights a different college sports program each week. The Angie Lewis Agency of Ocala is located at 1122 Northeast 36th Avenue, where visitors are always welcome and the coffee pot is always on. Call your good neighbor State Farm agent today, Angie Lewis, at 291-2444.
Hi, this is Tom Schmitz, the host of Buddy's Saturday Sports Page on WOCA. The Saturday Sports Page is your weekend destination for everything sports, from NASCAR to golf, baseball to boxing, and of course the best, most comprehensive football coverage on the radio. Also, you don't want to miss my weekly Are You Kidding Me rant? So join me and JJ LaSalva every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. for Buddy's Saturday Sports Page on WOCA, The Source.
Hello, this is Dr. Riyad Fakuri, chiropractic orthopedist at the Fakuri Medical and Chiropractic Center. Listen in to the Head to Toe Care Show every Wednesday, 11 a.m. right here on WOCA. Learn how your body works so that you can help yourself. We're available to answer your questions every Wednesday at 11 a.m. on WOCA, The Source. That's Dr. Riyad Fakuri on the Head to Toe Care Show every Wednesday, 11 a.m. right here on WOCA, The Source.
This is Wendy and Will of Dex Imaging. By now, you might be tired of hearing us talk about Dex. So instead of us telling you how much Dex can save you on your copier costs and how we can help your office be more efficient, we thought we'd let Judy tell you.
Hi, I'm Judy, the office manager of Graper Facial Institute here in Gainesville. We operate 8 medical offices, so I was looking for a document management system that would copy, scan, print, and share documents among all of our locations, but something that was within our budget. Dex Imaging recommended a Kyocera with their Index solution. It's been amazing. This machine does everything we need it to, including a direct scan into our current electronic medical record software. Dex even trained us on how to use it. Dex has been a tremendous help in making our practice and my job more efficient.
Thanks, Judy. And remember, call Dex Imaging today for a free workflow analysis to find out how you can save 20 to 30% on your copying and document management needs, just like Graper Facial Institute. Dex Imaging, 352-224-1816. That's 224-1816.
Well, the new year is upon us, and that means getting to those forgotten projects that you promised you would. So whether you're tackling a small honey-do list or building the Taj Mahal, Sunbelt Rentals will help you get the job done right with the right tools. From carpet cleaners to excavators, Sunbelt Rentals has what you need. So what are you waiting for? Get it done. Rent it now. From Sunbelt Rentals, located on Highway 27, just a half-mile east of I-75. Or visit sunbeltrentals.com. Get it done. Rent it now. Sunbelt Rentals.
This is Tom Schmitz live in the WOCA studios with this news break brought to you by Gateway Bank, your new old-fashioned bank. According to the Marion County Sheriff's Office, a deputy with a history of misconduct was fired Wednesday for misbehaving while on suspension. Jorge Velez, who has been a sheriff's deputy for 5 years, was terminated for violating the department's code of conduct after an internal affairs investigation concluded that his actions while off-duty are a discredit to the agency and occupation of a deputy sheriff. The Sheriff's Department learned that Velez, 27, had met a young woman on his Facebook page, which he listed his name as Giorgio Armani. The woman at the time was 17. This news break was brought to you by Gateway Bank, your new old-fashioned bank. Join Buddy every Friday for Community Gazette Day at Gateway Bank.
All right, that's not the right Tennessee Waltz. Patty Page singing Tennessee Waltz is what it's supposed to be, but it may be a while finding it. JJ, if you find it,
I got it.
Just fire it up and give a little sample of it. Yeah, this you can tell it. I was waltzing.
Is this it?
That's it.
I remember the night and the Tennessee waltz. Now I know just how much I...
All right, so that's Patty Page, died at age 55. She was a big pop star in the 50s. Tennessee Waltz was...
She died at 85.
That's what I say.
You said 55.
Oh, I'm sorry. Looking at 50s.
You said
pop
50s
star.
pop star, Patty. Yeah,
85. Well, she wished she was 50. Patty Page, 85. She actually was a star in the 50s, and she sang that song very well, Tennessee Waltz. And a famous one that, How Much Is That Doggy in the Window? Which, by the way, was
is that doggy
you know,
in the window?
That's a very popular
in
song.
second grade, buddy. I was the dog in the school play
Were you really?
that sang this.
You were the dog?
Much
Yes.
for that
Pretty
dog
cool.
in the window.
Well, here's what I found out about her. She's not from
What
Tennessee.
That dog is for
JJ, you got the music on over there? Yeah. Turn it down. Barbara Ann Fowler was not born in Tennessee. She was born in Claremore, Oklahoma, one of 11 children. She started her career in a Tulsa radio station. She took over a country music radio show called Meet Patty Page, and she wanted to be signed by Mercury Records. And her first big hit was With My Eyes Wide Open, I'm Dreaming, which is, and later on she had Hush, Hush, Sweet Charlotte. Anyway, big star back in the 50s. She died at 85, and R.I.P. Patty Page.
What a perfect name.
Isn't that great?
That's her real name, too.
Her name,
Clara
Barbara Ann
Ann
Fowler.
Fowler.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Woody
never mind.
Pages, that's really his name, but this is no. Anyway, Patty Page died.
I'm going to change my name.
What would you change it to, by the way?
Man, that could take months to figure out. It's got to be perfect.
I'll give everybody an opportunity to change their name.
Tom Schmitz.
Between now and the end
That'd
of
be
the
a pretty
first
good name.
Between now and the end of the first hour, everybody gets a name change, all right?
Okay.
Think of what you want to be called. It can't be Tim Tebow, okay? I know what you're thinking, Hunter, but that can't be it. So wait. All right, newspaper in Rockland County, where actually I really worked at one time. I actually helped start the Sunday paper over there. It was a daily paper.
Is that in New York?
It's in New York. It's upstate New York. It's north of Westchester in Rockland County, and they ran an article on gun control, and they ran a map which showed
all the registered gun users.
Gun users, and people got really upset about it, and so they got some threatening calls. The maps and names and addresses, by the way,
of all the
pistol
registered
permits, right? And Westchester County, which, by the way, Westchester is just below Rockland County. I lived in Westchester. Rockland County is in Nyack, in that area up in there. So people were upset, and I guess maybe some threatening calls, so they hired an armed guard. So that's what it's come down to today. And you get your gun, I get my gun, and we'll all be protected, right?
Well, there you go.
Tom, you have a question.
Oh, trivia question?
Yes.
Yeah, I got one.
assume you are.
I got one.
Wait a minute. You are the trivia.
Do you want me to make it easy so they can win, or do you
I want you to
difficult?
make it whatever you like it to be.
All right.
You think you can stump Ocala today?
You know, I don't want to. I want to give the tickets away.
You do?
I do.
But there's the rule. JJ, what are the rules now? So people who call, they got to know.
You cannot have won within the last 30 days on the morning show or the afternoon show.
Right.
So if you've won in the last 30 days, we appreciate you playing the game, but you're not eligible to win.
There you go.
So don't call.
All right.
That easy.
All right.
And this is such an easy question. What is the occupation
What is the occupation
of Newman
of Newman?
Nice.
on the television show Seinfeld?
That is easy. That is
If
easy.
you know that answer, call the Climate Control WOCA Climate Control Source Hotline at 622-9622. Give us the correct answer. You're going to win 2 free tickets to the Marion Theater plus a free oil change from Double D Automotive.
You know, Seinfeld will never get old.
No.
Never.
I've seen every episode at least a couple times, and I still sit down and watch it.
I
every day.
watch and laugh just as hard watching it the first time as a rerun as I did the first time.
There's so many good ones. I know Chris River likes the backwards with George. That's one of the favorite ones, of course. I don't know. What's your favorite?
The
Do you
one
think of-
the one on the other day was when Elaine, and it's one of my favorite ones, when Elaine gets disqualified from going to Africa with Peterman because she drug test positive for opium because she's eating poppy seed muffins.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the same one where they changed the shower heads in Jerry and Kramer's apartment. They're low.
Yeah.
They're the low water, and they're walking around with flat hair the whole time.
I just love Festivus.
Festivus.
That's
for the
probably
rest
my
of us.
favorite one.
Well, you know,
Or Master of Your Own Domain. That was
Master of Your Own
obviously-
Domain was a great one.
yeah. Kramer has. I don't know where he came up with those entrances, but I mean that's the
Genius.
Talking about a
Classic.
guy that shot himself in the foot.
He did.
This
Right.
was a racist tirade at a comedy club.
yeah.
Phew, that guy.
All right, let's go to the phones. Tom, you got a customer.
Who do we have?
D.
D, how are you today?
Hi, I'm doing well.
All right, D.
What's this for?
Very difficult. You're going to win 2 free tickets to the Marion Theater plus a Double D Automotive oil change. If you can tell me What is the occupation of Newman in the sitcom Seinfeld?
I think he was a mailman.
Ding, ding, ding,
Yeah,
ding, ding,
there
ding,
you
ding,
go.
ding,
There you
ding.
go. Newman the mailman.
There you go. So, D, you big
Thank you.
Are you a big Seinfeld fan?
Yeah.
What's your favorite Seinfeld episode?
I'm embarrassed to say, but it's the contest.
Yeah.
Master of my own domain. I love it when Kramer just walks in, slams the money down on the counter, and goes, I'm out.
Yeah, that was good.
Well, D, stay on the line. JJ will get your information. Congratulations.
Thank you.
See, I'm in a good mood with it.
You are. You're
You know
very
why?
generous.
You know
No,
why?
No.
I'm fixing to do it in the next coming few days. I'm gonna tell you about a complete life change I'm doing. You're gonna be impressed with me. More so than you already are, because I know when it comes to impressive, I'm one of the top 3 on your list, right?
No comment.
No comment.
Wow.
Top 300, maybe.
Well, Hunter,
Well,
I'm in the top 3 with you.
I'm
There you go,
impressed
Tom,
if you're
right
doing
there.
something to improve yourself. That's always good. I'm a big believer that you want to try to improve yourself.
I didn't say it was going to
every
improve
year.
me. I just said I was doing something different.
Well, that wouldn't be an improvement. Just because you did something different.
That's a good
There you
point.
go.
That's a good point.
So, yeah, I mean, there's too many. I don't like any sitcoms on television right now. I've
They're
never
awful.
watched 2.5 Men. Never, and never will.
Can I tell you?
What happened to the really good? I mean,
There is
Seinfeld.
one really good one.
Seinfeld set the standard.
Whatever he's about to say, I
There's
hope
one
wait a
really
minute.
good one.
it is not the one with all the nerds, because that's the worst show I've ever seen on TV.
I see what he
The
said.
Big Bang Theory
Big
is quite
Bang
possibly
Theory. Oh,
one of the
never
funniest
watched it,
shows
never-
ever.
God,
It
buddy.
is. I agree.
It's
That
fun.
show-
Hunter,
it's
you
not.
say,
I agree.
I mean,
not.
it is one of the funniest shows you will ever watch.
No.
Hunter, I can see you being a nerd, but not Tom.
Listen,
No,
there's
no. It's the fact that the nerds think because they're nerds and because they're so uber smart that makes them better than anybody else.
The writing
if
stinks.
If you live with Jimmy Gooding for an hour, you would realize how funny this show is because it's literally him in college.
Yeah,
I
it's
kid you not.
hilarious.
the writing stinks, and there's a famous YouTube clip where you can watch part of an episode with none of the crappy laugh track, and it just shows how awful the show is.
Let me know how it
buddy.
turns out, will you?
It's
Yeah.
a pretty funny show.
Well, all right.
I'll be with Buddy on
I'll
this.
take your word on that one. But yeah, hey, look, guess what's coming up? Speaking of TV, Downton Abbey.
I've already seen a few episodes, buddy.
How'd you see them already? They're not all out yet.
Can't talk about that.
BBC, huh?
Internet pirating, buddy.
I'll see it. Wait,
The way of the
wait
future.
a minute. The feds are coming in right now. Hold on a second. I want to wait and see them with the rest of America. I don't want to.
Yeah, but I don't want to have to. I don't like having to wait a whole week.
You get anxiety, don't you?
You know, I just want to see them back to back to
Downton
back.
Abbey, by far the best show on television, in my opinion, that's
I
happened.
don't know. Homeland's pretty good.
No, not even the same. Not even the
Homeland's pretty
same.
good. And The Good Wife is very good.
The Wife's very good. It's a good second. But the best show on TV is Downton Abbey. Now they're adding a few people.
Now, buddy,
It's
let me
gonna
ask
make
you,
it
Americans.
It's really going to be interesting.
JJ brings up a very good point. With the way television is done today, the way you don't have to wait, you can watch TV via the internet. So you don't have to wait for television. Or you can wait and let all the episodes load up on the internet before you watch them.
Netflix.
How many people nowadays, I'd wonder how many listeners actually no longer, because TV watching habits have changed. People no longer watch episode then wait.
DVR.
People will watch 4 and 5 episodes back to back to back to back. Do you find yourself watching TV that way at all?
Well, here's
buddy?
what I do. Like, I don't watch Castle during the regular time. I'm not a huge Castle fan, but I have 2 shows I'll watch on that night. And it's one of my TV nights, and I can't watch Castle. So I come back and watch it on TNT. And sometimes they have multiple episodes just the next year, which is fine because you need something to watch in the off season. So I do watch back to back then, but I don't watch it on any other way. No.
See, I like watching
all
and
night.
waiting.
Huh?
See, I don't like just sitting down with like a bowl of popcorn and watching 5 episodes back to back.
No, I don't
like
either.
doing that.
You don't?
I don't either. I watch 2 though.
Oh man, my friends can blow through a season of Dexter, a show like that, in
See,
2
there's
or
a
3
show
afternoons.
right there. I've watched maybe 4 or 5 episodes of that show.
Sort of disgusting.
And have no idea how that ever got funding to become a show.
No, I
Showtime.
don't know why, because it's one of my favorites because there's no blood
What,
yeah,
Dexter?
right.
no bodies. Of course.
Yeah, you love it, buddy, because
Oh
there's
yeah.
no blood.
I've actually watched it. I've watched about 3 of them. Now they don't even make any pretensions about it, you know.
No.
No.
My idea of good TV is not watching the guy carve up somebody.
He's a serial killer.
Dexter starts just. If you could ever make eating sunny side up eggs gross, they do on the opening of Dexter.
No, it's pretty evil. I have a hard enough time keeping up with all the bodies that pop up on NCIS and even Hawaii 5-0 now. That before you get started, there's another body.
I can't believe you
watched
watched
up.
Hawaii 5-0.
Of course, I watched. I watched the original one too.
Yeah, that's what. Being a Jack Lord guy,
Let me just say
something
to you, Tom. In my house, there's more than one person, okay? I don't get to control the clicker on every show. It's called sharing the clicker, all right? So when you're bonding with somebody, let me give you a secret. Should you ever get lucky enough to get married again, I will teach you in my relationship segment about sometimes sharing, which does promote long-term harmony. That's just phase 1 of Dr. Buddy today.
Buddy. Yeah.
You mean actually relinquish the remote?
Yeah.
See how I can bring a Dr. Buddy in, even though it's not the segment?
That ain't happening. There's no remote relinquishing.
Well, I'll teach you. Eventually, you'll learn. You have to come to the master, and I'll teach you if you listen.
Well, speaking of that, I am going to have some people trying to teach me some new things, and I'll be talking about that in the next week to come. It's going to be quite different.
I hope it's manners. That would be good.
No, I don't think these people are going to teach me manners.
All right, here's the deal. There's a lot of crime going on around town right now. A lot of stuff happened. You bet one. We come back. Let's get Tom's crime report next right here on the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Hi, I'm Dr. Terry Compton, inviting you to join us on the Voice of Ocala to discuss a painful subject, pain, not a one-size-fits-all pain, because pain is very personal and comes in all forms. That's why we need to talk about where you're hurting, and we can find out why. Then I can recommend ways to help deal with it, whether it's physical pain, emotional pain, the psychological pain of loss, or the pain of physical injury. And when we define your pain, we can begin looking for ways to treat it. Did you know that a lack of vitamin C can cause severely excruciating pain? So listen to my new show, Dr. Terry, on the first Friday of each month, live from Gateway Bank at 3:30. We're all in this together. There's a better way of living. Let me help you find it on the Dr. Terry Show.
Tune in and join Dr. Terry the first Friday of each month right here on The Source.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price affects trade allowance. Offers don't combine.
Ho, ho, ho. It's the holidays.
Hey, this is Santa. Chris Spears from Prestige. Auto sales are up 13% for the year, and interest rates are at an all-time low. I'm selling cars faster than I can get them, and I'm in a ho lot of trouble.
So this week, Santa is paying as much as double for your old sled.
Based on the nicer, newer car you choose, I will pay you up to twice the appraised value for your old car. Don't wait till next year to drive the car of your dreams.
Yes, you could get double for your old car right now. Plus, our For the People credit approval process can approve your credit whether you've been naughty or nice.
I need cars now. I'll pay you a lot more for your old sled, which means you can drive a nicer, newer car today.
Hurry, the ho 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 ends once Santa has a ho 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 lot of cars.
I'm Chris Spears, and I'm a dealer for the people. Visit me at Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala or Bellevue.
Or call 694-1234. See you at Prestige.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
What's up, Ocala?
This is Joel.
And Amanda.
With What's Up Ocala magazine and media.
We want to invite you to come see Ocala's top fashion designers.
And models.
The New Year's Kickoff Business Expo begins at 1:30 with a never-to-forget fashion show following at 6 p.m. What's Up Ocala will have food, live music, and vendors showcasing their new products for 2013.
Categories of fashion include dress to impress, equine, business casual, a weekend away, local designer showcases from game day dresses, and the Tutu Factory. We will be ending the show with a complete bridal transformation. This is the largest fashion show Ocala has ever seen, emceed by the one and only Kelly Hart, with performances by local and national bands.
Sponsorships and vendor booths are still available. Be sure to attend this free event and stay connected to our updates by visiting our Facebook page or downloading the What's Up app from the App Store and Android Market. It's free.
The 2013 Ocala's Choice Awards will be presented at the show. This is an event you don't want to miss.
What's up, Ocala?
Every day we hear another story about innovation or about cutting-edge technology taking place right here in Ocala. The power plant, IHMC, Ocala 489. Did you know that important medical research is also being conducted here that may impact hundreds of thousands of people in the country someday? Maybe you've heard the name Renstar, but like so many others, perhaps you didn't realize that Renstar Medical Research is one of the top facilities of its kind anywhere in the U.S. There are important research studies being conducted by a highly qualified team of medical experts at Renstar, impacting decisions of major pharmaceutical companies and bringing new drugs to market. And you can be a part of these studies, as so many local people have done and are currently doing. Renstar has conducted more than 500 studies since its inception and would like to extend the opportunity to you to be a part of these cutting-edge programs. Call 877-629-5800 or 352-629-5800 if you'd like to know more. Renstar Medical Research, locally owned and operated in beautiful downtown Ocala. Renstar, seeking tomorrow's answers to the health questions of today.
This is Tom Schmitz live in the WOCA News Studio with this news break brought to you by Country Club of Ocala. 9 Ocala police officers were reassigned to patrol the 8 elementary schools and Hillcrest School within the city limits. 33 Marion County Sheriff's deputies were reassigned to county schools on the first day of classes since the deadly mass shootings in Connecticut. About a week after the shooting, Superintendent of Schools George Tomlin met with local law enforcement officials to discuss security procedures. The short-term response, increased law enforcement presence at all county schools. In addition to the extra security, schools are to conduct additional drills this week and review and update their current procedures. This news break was brought to you by the Country Club of Ocala. If you would like to schedule a special event at one of Ocala's premier facilities, call 237-6644 today.
All right, welcome back to the new improved Voice of Ocala. We'll soon we find out what that is, let you know, but we are making a few little tweaks and changes in 2013, and we'll let you know as we pull that together. I wanted to mention that yesterday I brought up a story, which I will get to, regarding the brands that will disappear in 2013. Some of these might surprise you. I know Tom did a similar story while I was on vacation, but I'll give you some of these after we get through with Tom's crime report. And also, I'm going to have Dr. Buddy in the house. We're going to talk about relationships, and we're going back to the 1700s to talk about one of the most controversial relationships of all time. And you might be surprised, in fact, you will be surprised, if not shocked, to see the parameters of this relationship. I certainly didn't know about it. I doubt you did, and I've learned this in reading the book. So we'll come to that next after Tom's crime report.
Buddy Charles Hayes, a Ocala resident here. He lives in the 2500 block of Northeast 21st Street. He's been having a bad couple months, and he's finally reported it to the police. Someone is maliciously throwing garbage in his front yard, putting trash in his mailbox. They've even put Thousand Island dressing all over his vehicles. They put a bag full of dog waste in his mailbox recently. They even put a sign in his yard that was offensive towards his adult daughter who has a learning disability.
Oh, boy.
So this is now being investigated by the Ocala police, and they say that it's usually happening late at night. It's becoming a big concern.
What's the neighborhood, does it say?
He lives in the 2500 block.
Of which quadrant?
Of Northeast 21st Street.
Northeast 21st Street, okay.
And anyone with information about this can call the Ocala Police Department at 369-7000 or Crime Stoppers at 368-STOP. I mean, this guy's just going through it. He's had his Econoline van vandalized, his Dodge Stratus vandalized. They've taken big tree limbs and thrown them on his vehicle and dented up his vehicle and stuff. And the police have asked him, do you know who would do this? And he says, I don't know that I have any enemies or anything. So we'll keep updated on that story. But it's just the Hayes family is going through it. And to put a sign up in a man's yard mocking and making fun of his adult challenged order is just that's very offensive.
Well, I mean, this is the thing about this. And by the way, at part of the new and improved show, we are going to have the chief of police and the new sheriff on together. Hopefully once a month. They have committed to it. They said they'd do it. And we'll take calls. We'll call it Ask the Cops. And you'll be able to ask the two top cops in the county about what you should do. One of the things I've learned from being around them is they say, do not fail to report anything that looks suspicious. And people say, well, it'll bother them. It's not worth it. No. You need to report it. If it looks funny, if it's looked to you, call the police and tell them. Now, I had a situation at my house where I had somebody kept throwing eggs in and it wasn't just an egg job. I have a glass windows in there, and it happened a couple of times. And so then we had a mailbox vandal who came in and knocked over about 6 or 7 mailboxes. And while the cop was there, I called him. I told him about the eggs thing, just because it may sound mischievous, but they can also do other things. And these are the kind of people that might break into homes. Home invasion being one of the number one things you worry about. Bad enough people getting shot in stores, which I read the other day. Somebody was shot in CVS. But I don't want to sound like a crime wave, because I think our local police do a pretty good job. Happens in all cities, but you got to call the cops.
Well, in another story of burglary, surveillance video from the AT&T store at 4405 Southwest College Road, according to Ocala.com, shows a window that was shattered at 2:44 a.m. 3 people went inside. They stole 15 cell phones, 8 tablets, and a Galaxy camera. They were in there only 2 minutes. This was a planned robbery. They got away with $16,500 worth of electronics and phone equipment. They're described as a white male or a light-skinned black male who's wearing a black jacket and over a hoodie, a thin black male who's wearing a black jacket and dark greens, and a thin black male who's wearing a black T-shirt over a light gray hoodie. All of them were wearing gloves. Once again, anyone with information to this crime can call the Ocala Police Department at 369-7000 or the crime line at 369-7061. And Ocala PD's even got it set up now, buddy, 21st century, where you can text the Ocala PD a tip by just going tip 411, and you can text them a tip.
That's good. Yeah, you know why they're always wearing hoodies. Now, here's a little tip for you. If you have a hoodie and you want to wear it, don't go walking around neighborhoods with a hoodie on, okay? You might get shot, because it seems like about 2 out of every 3 criminals is wearing a hoodie.
Well, it's the common thing that the thugs, the kids nowadays wear hoodie jackets. One of our good kids that's not a criminal, he's got a hoodie jacket that he's kind of fond of.
Well, just don't wear it in
Don't you, JJ?
Nobody's going to tell me that I can't wear a sweater with a hood on it because it looks like I could be Trayvon Martin
Hang
or
on
something.
a second. Hang on. You jumped
They wear hoodies when they rob places because the cameras can't see over there.
Hang on one second.
It's still cold outside.
Don't jump to that. What did I say? Don't Tom.
You said don't wear it around and walk it down the neighborhood street
at nighttime. Don't
It's
walk through your
cold at
neighborhood.
night.
Yeah, I'm just saying to you, if you want to make sure you don't get shot, don't walk around your neighborhood at night with a hoodie on, okay? It's just like I say, nothing that good ever happens after midnight, okay? Those are a couple of my little tips in life, JJ. They don't make sense when you're 22. When you're 42, you'll understand it, okay?
All right.
There you go.
So what should I wear?
Don't walk around at night with a hoodie on.
That's all.
Just go in a wife beater. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right. Story yesterday I didn't get to was brands, famous brands, and of course brands. And I was kind of surprised at the number of some of these big brands they say are going to go away in 2013. And I know you ran some of these, but you guys ever heard of the Avon lady? I know you have.
Yes.
I know you have.
Yeah.
Have you, JJ?
Absolutely.
I just thought it was like makeup.
No. Well, it's perfume, whatever.
Buddy, you remember
if you
that?
go to if you punch up Avon, there'll be a ding doorbell. Or
Ding dong, Avon calling.
Yeah, exactly.
Buddy, remember that necklace in the 70s? It was that all men got as a Christmas gift. It was the bull head with the white ivory horns.
I didn't get that one.
Oh, it was ridiculous.
Yeah. So
it's crazy.
apparently they're pretty bad off, according to what this story says. So they're going to go belly up. They'll be gone. I think they're owned by Johnson & Johnson, or were Johnson & Johnson. Anyway, they're going to wait. Here's bad news for Tom. Cell phone company is going to go out of business, apparently. Metro PCS, Tom.
That's not good.
Not good news for you, buddy.
It's not good.
It said it has
Are they going out of business or they getting sold?
It says it's lost its chance to compete with AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, etc. He says their stock is obviously tanked. They've abandoned the company. They're depressing shares from a 52-week high of 17 to $5.86. Here's a surprise: the Oakland Raiders. Oakland Raiders. Now you got to figure that any team is worth $250, $300 million at least.
Yeah, but Al was the Oakland Raiders.
Well, I know. But boy, oh boy. I mean, the Oakland Raiders are brand. I doubt this is going to go away because you know what? They can sell it tomorrow for a lot of money. I doubt that brand's going to go away. Salon.com. Now, I read Salon.com. They have some interesting articles, and they own, I think they own, the Washington Post owns Slate. But there was some very good writing done at Salon.com, but apparently, at the end of the last quarter in 2011, they had $149,000 in the bank against $12.7 million in liabilities. That's not a good thing. Finally, Suzuki, we know about Pacific Sunwear, California company, and
Pacific Sun. No, I bought a lot of stuff from Pacific Sun.
I have too. Like last time I was in California, I did Research in Motion RIM.
That JJ just ran them out of business. That was BlackBerry, but JJ switched phones, so now they got no reason.
Last one.
How about this? Current TV. Al Gore. I heard today they were just sold to Al Jazeera.
Yep.
Al Jazeera is going to be able to broadcast. They were already broadcasting some here in this country, which makes people a bit upset. Here's a company that one time my wife used to buy from quite a bit, a retailer called Talbot's, which had some really tasty-looking stuff at one point in time. But apparently they got killed by the recession, and they have not appealed to the consumers. So it looks like they're in trouble. They'll be going soon. And finally, number one, American Airlines.
How many times have you flown on American?
Bunch.
Well, then you know why they're going bankrupt.
Well, I haven't flown them lately, but I know at one time. Listen, I went to a golf tournament with celebrities, and I was obviously not a celebrity. I was a media in Puerto Rico. Put on all expenses paid by American Airlines. Joe Namath, all the big stars were there back then, and they used to lay it on big, and that was where we had celebrities to fly American Airlines. Anyway, apparently they're going to go. So there's 10 brands that'll disappear. Not good news. Got a phone call, JJ?
Yeah, Jay.
All right, Jay, how you doing, man? Happy New Year.
Doing fine. I used to sell Fuller Brush, and I was just curious if you have heard if they're still around.
You know what? That's a good point. I think they are. Let's Google them and find out. Jay, we'll go to the break. We'll Google and let you know if you're listening. And what's your favorite Seinfeld episode? Do you watch it?
Well, I say that again.
Your favorite Seinfeld episode?
I don't watch it.
Well, there you go. What's your favorite sitcom?
I don't have a favorite sitcom.
Okay. What do you watch? What's your favorite TV
show? I watch old movies.
Old movies. Do you have Turner Channel movies?
Yeah, Turner and
TCM.
51 and 46.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, Jay. Thank you. Happy New Year to you, buddy. Thank you.
You too.
Did he get? You telling me won a kudo here from you this past week? Did you mention that to him?
He won an honorable mention, but he didn't win.
What's a kudo?
Yeah. But he didn't win.
It could be a different. I think it's a different Jay.
Different Jay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Not
the birthday cake Jay.
Right.
Well, all right. We're going to Google Fuller Brush and see when we come back. We'll check on that.
Buddy, and I got 3 of the strangest resolutions I've ever seen.
May not have time for them. Dr. Buddy's up next. We'll see. All right. We'll come back and talk about it right here on the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. Source.
Every day we hear another story about innovation or about cutting-edge technology taking place right here in Ocala. The power plant, IHMC, Ocala 489. Did you know that important medical research is also being conducted here that may impact hundreds of thousands of people in the country someday? Maybe you've heard the name Renstar, but like so many others, perhaps you didn't realize that Renstar Medical Research is one of the top facilities of its kind anywhere in the U.S. There are important research studies being conducted by a highly qualified team of medical experts at Renstar. RenStar, impacting decisions of major pharmaceutical companies and bringing new drugs to market. And you can be a part of these studies, as so many local people have done and are currently doing. RenStar has conducted more than 500 studies since its inception and would like to extend the opportunity to you to be a part of these cutting-edge programs. Call 877-629-5800 or 352-629-5800 if you'd like to know more. RenStar Medical Research, locally owned and operated in beautiful downtown Ocala. RenStar, seeking tomorrow's answers to the health questions of today.
Hi, I'm Lisa Midget with Kinetic Motion Fitness, Ocala's premier small group and personal training fitness studio. Did you know you can achieve all your fitness goals, whether that's losing weight, getting fit, or training for a personal best, all with no membership fees? Have you ever been embarrassed or intimidated at a big gym because you're not a Greek god or a size 0 supermodel? Have you ever felt like your gym would rather you not even show up? At KMF, we have a team approach that focuses on small classes and personal training, and you'll feel like family, not just another number. No more boring treadmills or endless reps. Our classes are fun, energetic, and get you the results you want. And I should know, with the help of our great trainers, I lost over 100 pounds in 8 jean sizes, and I did it using no heavy equipment and no magic pills, just fun and effective workouts. And yes, I did say fun. Come join us at KMF. Visit our website at kmfocala.com or like us on Facebook. Again, that was kmfocala.com.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Fred Nell. He's the owner of Mr. Scoop. He is going to tell you how dog poop saved his life. He's written a memoir about it, and he has become an inspiring and motivational speaker to at-risk youth. Wait till you hear his story.
Open for debate, where both sides of one issue will be discussed.
And Brad Broismart and Josh Verdunk will be in the studio from Ocala Aviation Flight School on Winging It, telling you what it takes to become a pilot.
Lynn Sennin is a volunteer recruiter and trainer with the Guardian Ad Litem program of Florida 5th Circuit. She's going to be speaking about the Florida Guardian Ad Litem program and about the training session that begins January 30th.
And then Maureen Malloy Ferguson is coming on. She's the senior policy advisor for the Catholic Association. She's coming on to speak about the U.S. government mandated insurance that went into effect January 1st that's being fought by Hobby Lobby, as they do not like the government mandate because of Hobby Lobby's religious commitments. All of that plus Fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on the Source WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM. You've got a garden, and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source, 1370 a.m. and the new 96.7 FM.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, inviting you to drop by our main office on Silver Springs Boulevard every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. for the Community Gazette, a 3-hour show focusing on our favorite community to live and work, Ocala, Marion County. Come join us with the voice of Ocala, Buddy Martin, in the new old-fashioned bank radio studio as we discuss a variety of interesting topics on the Community Gazette on WOCA The Source.
All right, welcome back. A couple minutes to go here. We're going to get Dr. Buddy's segment in. I'll have tweets and quotes next hour. And by the way, Jay, Fuller Brush still in business, but filed for bankruptcy in 2012, February. And I think they're on the line online now, aren't they, Tom?
Yeah, it's online. Fuller Brush is online. They're over 100 years old and still upholding the ideals of a 21-year-old entrepreneur.
But not going door to door like they started out. So.
No, they're not doing what Alfred C. Fuller did, door to door.
All right, here it is. Dr. Buddy's in the house. I actually get some music for this, JJ, at some point.
We will.
Probably some Barry White, like some stuff like,
we did
baby, whatever. Some of you listen to the show know that I've been reading this book. I don't get a chance to read very much because I read all the time during the day on the show, and I'm tired at night. I can't read. I'm going to do something mindless. And I'm interested in relationships now because we're going to do segments here. This is, what do we got here for music?
A little Sexual Healing by Marvin Gaye?
I don't think that'll work.
Yeah, it does.
Let's go Barry White.
All
right. Anyway, so I like Marvin Gaye, but let's go Barry White. Anyway, the book I'm reading now, Thomas Jefferson, Art of Power by John Meacham. I'm fascinated with Jefferson. I've been, as I said, to Monticello twice. I've read a few things about him. He was just such an unusual and very fascinating and smart person. He was an inventor. He was a musician, played the violin, spoke 5 languages. He, of course, wrote the Declaration of Independence and all that. We know all that. But what's really interesting is the big controversy about Jefferson is that he wound up giving birth to children through a woman named Sally Hemings. And, of course, that has besmirched his reputation greatly over the years. But here's the thing about him you should know. First of all, his most effective weapon he had was writing. In 1774, and right in there, he wrote a piece called Summary Views, which really sort of set the colonies on its ear, and it was so effective that George Washington bought a copy of it and sent it out to people. But his Achilles heel was being able to express himself and his feelings to women. He lost out on his first true love because he gagged the night he was going to propose to a woman, and she married somebody else. And that stuck to him a long time. Rejection, JJ, can be a powerful thing.
No confidence.
All right? So Thomas Jefferson wound up marrying a widow. Ironically, the widow brought with her Elizabeth Hemings, get this, who was her father's concubine, okay? And a woman named Sally Hemings, who was, at that time, 10 years old. Now, Thomas Jefferson's wife died, and he moaned greatly after that. He went out to the woods and he thought about committing suicide, and he took an oath on the deathbed of his wife that he would not marry again, and wound up in a relationship with Sally Hemings, who bore him 4 children. From there it goes on, but I just wonder what happened to Thomas Jefferson in this relationship, why he did this. Sally Hemings was half African-American and, of course, the half-sister to his own wife. Quite strange. Talk about a relationship in a house, that must have been something else. That's today's relationships by Dr. Buddy. That wraps up hour 1 of the program. Coming up next, Laurie Martin Gregory will be here. She'll go over some movies, and she's got some information about Kohl's. Tom, we still got tweets and quotes to go, and I don't know what Hunter's going to contribute to the program today, but maybe something. He says he's got something on CF basketball. We'll find out. Stay tuned to the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name. If you need a sign or a banner for your yard or your business or your campaign, I'd recommend you go to Signs Unlimited at 318 South Magnolia in Ocala. Screen printing, embroidery, digital graphics. Do what I did when we needed signs for the Save the Marion Theater Group. Go see Vic Buttermore at Signs Unlimited if you want quality work with a fast turnaround from somebody who is deeply committed to his community and always ready to assist you. There's a reason Vic's slogan is, "It's our business to make your business better." Sign up for Signs Unlimited. Call 732-7341 today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And State Farm agent Angie Lewis is always there, too, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. At the Angie Lewis State Farm Agency, they go far beyond any slogan Angie wants to help you adjust your insurance needs as your life evolves, from everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. They want to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. Each week on The Voice of Ocala, they feature a Good Neighbor of the Week, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. They're also big sports fans and sponsor our weekly State Farm State of the State report, which highlights a different college sports program each week. The Angie Lewis Agency of Ocala is located at 1122 Northeast 36th Avenue, where visitors are always welcome and the coffee pot is always on. Call your Good Neighbor State Farm agent today, Angie Lewis, at 291-2444.
They've served our country. They've kept us free. And they need your help.
We're sitting in Veterans Park. You can't sit here not realizing that you're surrounded by heroes. There are a lot of heroes in our community. A lot of heroes, unfortunately, are not in good financial shape. They're hurting both physically and financially. We step in and help directly. Our role is to reach out to them. We're there to help the veteran. We do counseling. We do outreach. Sometimes it's just coming into the office and sitting down and saying, hey, I've got a problem, and you're talking to another veteran who understands that problem.
Everybody who works for the Vets Helping Vets are awesome, and they are so kind to everybody. They're like my second family. They really are.
They have been there during the holidays. I have gotten unexpected visits, assistance.
Vets Helping Vets of Marion County needs your help. Call today, 352-433-2320, and pledge your support to Vets Helping Vets of Marion County.
It really has been a blessing.
What's up, Ocala?
This is Joel.
And Amanda.
With What's Up Ocala Magazine and Media.
We want to invite you to come see Ocala's top fashion designers.
And models.
The New Year's Kickoff Business Expo begins at 1:30 with a never-to-forget fashion show following at 6 p.m. What's Up Ocala will have food, live music, and vendors showcasing their new products for 2013.
Categories of fashion include dress to impress, equine, business casual, a weekend away, local designer showcases from game day dresses, and the Tutu Factory. We will be ending the show with a complete bridal transformation. This is the largest fashion show Ocala has ever seen, emceed by the one and only Kelly Hart, with performances by local and national bands.
Sponsorships and vendor booths are still available. Be sure to attend this free event and stay connected to our updates by visiting our Facebook page or downloading the What's Up app from the App Store and Android Market. It's free.
The 2013 Ocala's Choice Awards will be presented at the show. This is an event you don't want to miss.
What's up, Ocala?
Stay informed on everything going on in the villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
You're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
ABC News Now. I'm Daniela Bellotta. 3 weeks after the Sandy Hook school shooting, Connecticut's governor orders a review of the state's gun laws. The new commission appointed will also examine school safety measures and mental health services. Most of the students and staff who survived the massacre returned to class today, but in a different school in a nearby town. Classrooms were made to look as much as possible as their ones in Newtown. More than 200 child pornographers are now behind bars following a worldwide sting operation that also rescued more than 100 children in 19 states. The father of the young woman in India who died after being gang raped, he wants the 5 men charged this morning executed. A sixth is underage and will be tried separately in juvenile court. Well, a new study finds elementary school girls routinely get better letter grades in reading, math, and science because girls are better behaved, more involved in classroom discussions, and more eager to learn. This is ABC News.
Jay with Safelite Auto Glass.
You think all auto glass companies are the same? Well, they're not. And here's why. Safelite offers all-day Saturday service. So we're there when you need us, even on the weekends, because you can't predict when you'll need a repair or a replacement. Plus, our work is backed by the only national lifetime guarantee.
Just tell your insurance company you want Safelite or call 1-800-800-2727 or go to safelite.com.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
Geico says, let's make life simpler.
You need to buy something, but you don't want to make a mistake. So what do? Scour the web? Collect sales circulars? Ask your brother-in-law? How about this? When it comes to car insurance, Geico has a 97% customer satisfaction rating. I repeat, 97%. So make it simple. Just ask a friend who has Geico. Then click or call. You could make it 98%.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
I'm just sick of all the amateur stuff, you know? I mean, like, if I'm paying top dollar, I want a little production value, you know? Like some editing, transition, something, some music.
Don't worry. We didn't leave you.
He's gone. He's not gone. That's the whole point. He's never gone.
Our bosses say we gotta stay.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
It's time for the second hour of The Voice of Ocala.
Hoo-ah! You ever come across anything like time travel?
Come on, stick around. It's free.
If you win, you win. If you lose, you still win.
Hey, welcome back to the program. Time now to talk a little movies and health. But first, let's catch up to tweets and quotes, JJ. If you can fire up that music over there. Well, on hour 2 of the program here on a kind of a cloudy January 3rd, 2013. And I was waiting for Laurie to come in and get ready to go. Today's tweets and quotes brought to you by anybody you want it to be. Who should we make it?
CBS.
CBS. All right, thank you. CBS or CBS? Which one? CBS. Okay. All right, here's the one from Tony Samia. I have no idea who he is, but he says, just for you, JJ, relationships, remember? Girls are funny creatures. They hate it when you ask their age, but will kill you if you forget their birthday.
True that.
Okay. Here's a little history. To mix it up, a little history. Number 2. It is generally agreed that few men are made better by affluence or exaltation. In other words, money and fame. Number 3, this is for you philosophers out there. There is nothing so absurd, but some philosopher has said it. Cicero. All right, welcome back to the show. Laurie, Martin Gregory joins us now. You've been a busy lady. You've been on air more than I have lately.
Well, I had so much fun while you were gone hanging out with your crew.
They tell me that.
So
Did you bring them food?
I didn't have to.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have to bribe them. That was the strange thing.
That's good. That's good.
Look, pal, she almost Wally pipped you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just telling you.
that's nearly
If
impossible.
you're going to get Wally Pip, you might as well have it done by your daughter. So.
Right.
That's right.
Keep it in the family.
Exactly. Well, first, before we get started, we have the movies to talk about before you get to your health stuff or however order you want to do it. I want to talk to you about why famous athletes and players, when they're photographed on live television on the sideline, say what?
Hi,
Mom.
Yeah,
You know why?
because the moms are the ones who got them there, probably.
Actually, I read a number of stories about this, and mothers have been probably as influential, if not more, than fathers.
Well, sure, because what was I doing this morning while Daddy was working?
I'm getting around to that.
Yeah.
And the point is, I think Wade Boggs' mother taught him to hit.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, your brother Brendan always says Wade Boggs to every trivia question. That's just it. What's Wade Boggs? That's always one.
Awesome.
But anyway, yeah, I just thought about that as we were throwing the ball today and getting ready for Alexander to take on some baseball again. I understand.
He's so into it.
So here was Mom out there. What's your little 1, 2, 3 again?
1, 2, 3. First is turn sideways.
Mhm.
Second is little step with the feet. And
Your feet in the center of the box, they call it.
Yeah, and third is get your bat up.
Right. Now, the next thing we'll teach him is the swing level, but that takes a little while. He had some good balls today.
Mm-hmm. And last night, too.
Of course, remember, keep your eye on the ball. That's an old cliche. It's so true. And while we're doing the Alexanders, we're going to put A, B, and C on the baseballs and say, can you read this? Because, Ted Williams was the greatest hitter of all time, probably. Last man to hit 400 in baseball. They said this, but it wasn't true. He could read the writing on the ball as it came across the plate.
Because he was that focused on keeping his eye on the ball.
Great eyesight, too, by the way. And he was a World War II pilot. And,
They should have called him the Hawk.
He was called the Splinter.
Huh.
the splinter. So anyway, a little baseball there.
And I don't even know where this 5-year-old's going to play baseball in the spring. So if anybody out there knows who, what's the right league or what's the best
Highlands baseball league.
for 5-year-olds.
He played out there with T-ball for a couple of years or 1 year.
Well, and then the Y stopped doing it for his age. So
yeah,
I don't know, but he's going to be ready to go this spring. So
well, that's a good assignment for Hunter to find out. Let's find out that. And
Jervy Gant.
Jervy
Gant.
5-year-old.
5-year-old.
Is that might be too? No, yeah. I mean, seems like they got 5-year-olds out there. Is that T-ball?
Yeah.
Your brother played baseball. Where did he play? Josh played.
Highlands, but I don't think they had T-ball. Yeah.
Did you play T-ball?
Not in Ocala. I didn't live here then.
Okay, well but Josh played T-ball?
Pretty sure.
I'm sure.
Highlands or Jervy Gant? That's where you.
I know Hunter can find out for us because he has all the answers. But
the answer man.
I did see we had a release yesterday from from Parks and Rec that the county is having tennis lessons for kids. So that's anyway. We'll check up.
We
on
have
that.
a great tennis teacher, Miss Christy Dorati, is awesome with the kids, and she's cheap. She's fabulous. We just haven't found the right next stop for T-ball for the spring. So
we'll have to work on that. So. All right, so how you doing, first of all?
I'm doing well, thank you.
You going to do health or movies first today?
Always medicine first, then the fun. So let's do the health first. And
you
then
have to
we'll
say have medicine, can you say it?
Well,
healthy
you gotta,
living?
Yeah, well, you got to do the less fun stuff first, and then the fun stuff's more fun because you've gotten business out of the way.
All right, well, we have a sick family member, which we'll talk about because that involves some of the things you're going to talk about today, right?
I just left some chicken soup at her doorstep.
Well, that's one of the remedies I want you to talk about today. So we'll do this. We'll take a quick break.
And I've got about 4 other really good tips for how to really fight it if you got it or keep it away if you don't.
And if you have a question, by the way, if you'd like to call Laurie, she is not a doctor, and she doesn't sell anything.
And I don't play one on TV.
And she didn't stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
But I have been doing natural medicine, Ayurvedic medicine for almost 20 years. So I'm happy to share what I know.
You don't sell a bunch of vitamins and all that stuff. And so if anybody thinks, if you want to call, she'll give you her opinion. That's all it is.
And my experience.
And her experience.
And my education.
On
my brain.
WOCA Climate Control Source Hotline 622-9622. We come back.
I got to sample something
I see
to try a concoction.
Once again, that old bugaboo, the common cold. We've got a family member, my wife, her mother, Joan, Miss Joni as we call her, is homesick, and she's now got her. Well, that will be, I'm no doubt, be my dinner tonight.
Right. That's
also,
right.
Soup.
Chicken. Oh, I love it. Chicken soup.
And January is the worst month. It's when everybody falls. So
I wonder why that is.
I'll tell you why.
I already
had
mine. I had mine 2 months ago. So
yeah, but I'll tell you why January is the worst.
All right. Well, we'll take a break. Come back. Laurie Martin Gregory, Healthy Living, will tell us here a little bit about that right here on the Voice of Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Every day we hear another story about innovation or about cutting-edge technology taking place right here in Ocala. The power plant, IHMC, Ocala 489. Did you know that important medical research is also being conducted here that may impact hundreds of thousands of people in the country someday? Maybe you've heard the name Renstar, but like so many others, perhaps you didn't realize that Renstar Medical Research is one of the top facilities of its kind anywhere in the U.S. There are important research studies being conducted by a highly qualified team of medical experts at Renstar, impacting decisions of major pharmaceutical companies and bringing new drugs to market. And you can be a part of these studies, as so many local people have done and are currently doing. Renstar has conducted more than 500 studies since its inception and would like to extend the opportunity to you to be a part of these cutting-edge programs. Call 877-629-5800 or 352-629-5800 if you'd like to know more. Renstar Medical Research, locally owned and operated in beautiful downtown Ocala. Renstar, seeking tomorrow's answers to the health questions of today.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, inviting you to drop by our main office on Silver Springs Boulevard every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. for the Community Gazette, a 3-hour show focusing on our favorite community to live and work, Ocala, Marion County. Come join us with the voice of Ocala, Buddy Martin, in the new old-fashioned bank radio studio as we discuss a variety of interesting topics on the Community Gazette on WOCA, The Source.
Hi, I'm Lisa Midget with Kinetic Motion Fitness, Ocala's premier small group and personal training fitness studio. Did you know you can achieve all your fitness goals, whether that's losing weight, getting fit, or training for a personal best, all with no membership fees? Have you ever been embarrassed or intimidated at a big gym because you're not a Greek god or a size 0 supermodel? Have you ever felt like your gym would rather you not even show up? At KMF, we have a team approach that focuses on small classes and personal training, and you'll feel like family, not just another number. No more boring treadmills or endless reps. Our classes are fun, energetic, and get you the results you want. And I should know, with the help of our great trainers, I lost over 100 pounds in 8 jean sizes, and I did it using no heavy equipment and no magic pills. Just fun and effective workouts. And yes, I did say fun. Come join us at KMF. Visit our website at kmfocala.com or like us on Facebook. Again, that was kmfocala.com.
1370 WOCA.
In Clark, we trust.
Hi, this is Clark Howard. Join me every weeknight at 6, right here on WOCA 1370, The Source.
Digital Graphics Reborn. Phoenix Graphics. When you need vehicle graphics, banners, t-shirts, window graphics, you need to call Phoenix Graphics at 368-2404. When you need building signs, vehicle wraps, yard signs, realty signs, business cards, you need to call 368-2404. Phoenix Graphics. Digital Graphics Reborn.
Hey, Larry, nice haircut.
Oh, thanks, Robin. Looks like you had something different done, too.
Yes, I did. Thanks for noticing. I went to Lupe at Merle Norman on the Boulevard for a fresh cut, some summer highlights, and a facial.
No kidding. That's who I go to. I didn't know she did all that.
She does coloring, waxing, styling, updos, microderms, and she does it all for prices that won't break the bank.
Sounds like you can take the whole family there.
As a matter of fact, I do.
Hi, this is Lupe. Let me be your personal stylist. To set up your appointment, call me today, 426-1229.
Ah, man, that's great.
Told you it was the best.
I don't know why I haven't tried it sooner.
Yeah, good old Adams Water.
You sound like a walking commercial.
Now, if you had an Adams Water conditioning system in your home, you'd be saying great things about them, too.
After tasting how pure the water is at your house, I'm definitely having one installed in my home.
Call 369-3416. That's 369-3416. Call 369-3416 for your free water test from Adams. Quality you can feel, a difference you can taste.
At prices you can afford.
Hi, I'm Ernie Sprantz. Join me weekday mornings at 10:50 for Report to Consumers. Consumer news you can use from your hometown station. News Talk 1370, WOCA.
WOCA.
Hi, welcome back to Healthy Living. Laurie Martin Gregory, and we're talking about the common cold. She's brought some kind of food here today. I'm not sure what it is, but we'll let her tell it.
Yeah, I'm just, going through my list of, and my bag of tricks, which I pull out this time of year. I've had a natural medicine practice for almost 17 years now, and January is always the busiest month. If you have any kind of chronic health issue that you battle throughout the year, that's one thing. But it seems like January is really when everyone sort of lets it all go after the holidays. The holidays have their own expectations, their own stress level, responsibilities, things we have to do.
Post-disorder stress, so to speak.
Kind of. You kind of hold it together to get through the holidays. A lot of times we overeat during the holidays, we overdrink, we overspend. And as soon as the new year comes and goes, it's sort of a big exhale. And when, all of this is said and done, a lot of folks just kind of start to get sick. So January is when it starts to hit. And there's a couple simple things that you can do, a lot of which you can apply throughout your life, during the year. But January especially, if you want to make sure that the January cold skips over you, then follow a couple simple things. And the first thing is to try to reduce your intake of processed foods and shift more to fruits and vegetables. They changed the food pyramid a couple years ago, and now the majority of the foods that we should be eating are fruits and veggies, nuts and seeds, grains, whole grains, Although I would not consider wheat a whole healthy grain because of the mutations it's experienced in the past 50 years.
All of a sudden, wheat's on the enemy list.
It's horrible what's happened.
It used to be also good for you and all that sort of stuff, and cereal, bread, and all that. Well, growing up, I grew up, it was healthy.
Right, but
healthy.
it wasn't the same grain that's available now. That's the problem. So in the 70s and 80s, everybody was warned the heart disease was on the rise. Eat less red meat, eat more whole wheat and more grains. The problem is that 50 years ago, in order to increase the yield and crop production, grain was mutated genetically, and it was manipulated to turn on certain genes that would be pestilence resistant and would also increase the harvest to make it more profitable. But there were zero studies done on how these genetic mutations would affect humans. And what they're now finding is that these genetic mutations are toxic for the human body. They've created, as Dr. Davis, who wrote Wheat Belly, which is on the New York Times bestseller, it's a great book.
Spoke here in Ocala a couple of months
ago. Spoke at IHMC on Halloween. Great book, talks about how it's become it's a Frankenfood because it is undigestible for humans, and it creates mucus in the gut. It creates sticky, gluey, goopy crud, and that stickiness is what creates the perfect environment for bacteria, viruses, parasites, undigested food bits to stick to the inside of your digestive tract. It's why, a lot of middle-aged men walking around have bellies, they look like they're pregnant, because this mucoid lining continues to harden and crust and harden and crust, and you get layers and layers and layers, and by the time you're in your 50s or your 60s, it literally is clogging and congesting your digestive tract. So I would say stay off wheat completely. We have eliminated it almost 100%. Well, we've eliminated commercial wheat 100% from our home. We've almost eliminated bread completely. It's not an easy task. It takes a while.
You got a 5-year-old loves bread, too.
Well, because it's very common for the body to crave whatever it is that's toxic in food groups, because the body is trying to build antibodies against it. It's the body's way of naturally trying to overcome a toxic substance. So you will often crave exactly that thing you shouldn't be having. And I've cut it out of his diet completely. He's working through some health issues now, but he's so much better taking it out of our diet. So I brought this for you to sample.
Okay.
I want you to taste this. This is spaghetti.
Yeah.
Homemade.
Okay.
Tell me how you like it.
Get to eat on the show, JJ.
Yeah, and you
don't
just
get any,
you
JJ.
just want to open your mind and rethink.
Can I micro this, by the way? Oh, never mind.
No, you want to rethink how you just be willing to look at foods differently. So, if you can substitute a whole food for a processed food, you're winning. And the more you can do that, the healthier you're going to be. Now, that's spaghetti. I made it this afternoon for lunch. How does it taste?
Well, I know it's not real noodles.
No, of course not.
It's veggie noodles.
Right.
No, but I'm not the biggest fan of, but it's okay.
Well, if you had...
Like sauce.
Well, sure. But if you couldn't have wheat, if you had a health issue...
I couldn't have it, I would get with it.
Or if you really are somebody who wants to have optimal health, I would not put you in that category. Mm-hmm. Most people aren't in that category. But if you really want to feel good and having health and being as healthy as you can is important to you, make these little substitutions.
It's tolerable. It's tolerable.
Then you don't deprive yourself of the experience. Tolerable? You just ate the whole thing.
Yeah, I had 3 big bites.
For tolerable?
I'm hungry.
I should have let JJ try it.
Get another here.
So
get your fork. Yeah, you check that out. Yeah. There you go. Here.
So JJ, you tell me I knew I should have had you try
JJ's
it.
not gonna like it.
Well, here's the thing, though. If it's a matter of having a veggie spaghetti or having nothing,
then I'll have it.
And it's something that you really like, then that's a change that you could make.
You're talking to a boy.
I know he's an Italian boy. I know.
Who loves his pasta.
But
do you think for 1 second he's going to like that
when
better
he
than
finds
pasta?
out what it is and how good it is for you?
See?
Okay.
I mean, you can't expect JJ to like it.
But what you're eating is what you're eating is raw zucchini that's been cut into
I didn't know that, buddy.
See?
If I knew that before, I would have instantly thought, I'm not going to eat this.
Yeah.
Right. But now that you know you're getting a raw veggie instead of a toxic noodle, and it's kind of like if you squint, It looks better?
Hunter's a little jealous. Hunter's a little jealous over there. He didn't get to try it.
Hunter, I'll bring you some next time.
Now, by the way, bring the real stuff out now. It's okay. Bring the real stuff
but
out.
But if you knew the difference between eating a toxic noodle versus a raw zucchini that's been cut into a spiral, it's like deposits in your account versus withdrawals. So you get the same kind of experience, but you're actually eating a healthy raw veggie. So, again, most of us.
So how do you make it?
You get a spiraler and you just spin it, and it just cuts into a spiral. It takes all of 2 minutes. You cook it, and you cut it into a spiral, and then you don't even have to cook it.
What about the paste on it?
The tomato sauce?
Yeah.
I just made up some simple tomato sauce, or you can get organic tomato sauce from a jar.
See, my problem is your mother makes this great spaghetti.
But it's bad for you.
I know, but it's great.
But you can't eat it all the time and be healthy.
I don't eat it all the time. I don't eat it all the time. I eat it sometimes.
But here's the thing.
You grew up on it.
And I got really sick.
Well, that wasn't the reason.
But, okay, here's the thing. Wheat is not the same wheat that you grew up eating. And if you're raising children or you have any health issues, if you have any inflammation, any congestion, any kind of chronic pain, I will tell you, read this book by Dr. Davis, Wheat Belly.
I know. It's
he will
highly acclaimed,
attribute
bestseller New York Times. I
everything
know.
from diabetes to heart disease to cancer to brain fog. I mean, and the problem is that this wheat has now been distributed globally, and there is no such thing as non-genetically modified wheat anymore.
Brain fog.
Brain fog.
I have had that before, I think,
See?
buddy.
Brain fog. And I mean, I
knew there was some reason, JJ.
I call them brain farts, but brain fog.
Listen, if you want to know why kids are going into schools and shooting up children, look at their food. Look at their food. Look at their food.
See, I didn't hear anyone take this angle in the Sandy Hook situation.
Look at their food. What are they eating? You are what you eat. And if you think that is an old adage that should not be taken seriously, you're wrong. And I will tell you something. You have to pay attention if you have children in the house. Children cannot tolerate this. We are now seeing generations growing into adults that are being raised on genetically modified food. Corn is gone, tomatoes are gone, wheat are gone. All three of those seeds have been completely polluted with GMO, genetically modified seeds. The original forms of those vegetables do not exist anymore. You cannot grow them.
All right, JJ, truth serum, buddy. I want to know how that tasted.
It didn't taste bad, but honestly, I had like one noodle that was left. You ate it all.
I did.
But the sauce was straight. The beans or whatever was in it were legit.
So it's okay.
I didn't hate it.
You say it's edible.
Of course.
Okay.
And you might get used to it if you had it a couple times. Right. So again, a raw veggie like zucchini, which is loaded with vitamin A, versus a toxic wheat glob that's going to clog your system and cause you health problems down the road. You can pick. And it's really simple to break it down if you want to feel good. And also if you want to feel good when you get into your later years. That's the thing. We're living longer, but do you want to live longer and be miserable and stare at the television all day taking 90,000 pills?
No.
Or do you want to feel good, be present, and be able to enjoy the life that you've worked hard to enjoy?
Well, if football's on, I wouldn't mind it.
Right. Okay, so that's my first tip is get the processed foods out.
Okay, that's just for the cold?
Get in,
this
absolutely.
is building up the immunity. All right,
get in more veggies and fruit and rethink how you prepare foods and be willing to experiment. Raw veggies are always better. They keep the system alkaline. It's the way to go. Number 2, keep your colon clear. If you can't do psyllium husks by the teaspoon mixed in water at night before you go to bed, you can take an Ayurvedic it's an herbal compound called Triphala, Triphala. It's available at health food stores. It's a wonderful way to keep the colon open. You know why that's really important? Do you know why?
Well, yeah, I have an idea.
Because your lymphatic system, which is the part of your body that fights germs,
you end up absorbing the toxics. If you don't get it out of your system.
That's true, but your lymphatic system drains into the colon. So if your colon is clogged, the lymphatic is going to back up, and you're not going to have the immune support that you need. So that's a really important element to being healthy.
I got a call. You want to take it now? You want to wait?
I can take it now.
Ted.
Hi, Ted. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm very fine. I'll be 80 in March.
Congratulations.
And I eat spaghetti all the time. And I feel great.
Well, you're lucky.
I mean, it's a once a week meal.
But you're 80. You did not.
Yeah.
You didn't grow up on genetically
I'm still
modified
eating
foods. But you're 80.
Yeah, but I'm still at work. I'm still living on that.
Well,
stuff that's grown today.
What she's saying, though, is your immune system was established.
That's correct.
By food that
My
was not
immune
modified.
system
Was not
Why
modified.
would it be? Why would that happen?
Because when you grow up on it, and you when you're formative years, when you grow up and you become an adult, your immune system is being built.
When you're born, you don't have immune system. Your immune system has to be cultivated and grown. So by the time you're 18, if you haven't had whole, healthy foods, if you haven't had a diet that supports growing a healthy immune system, you're going to be compromised. Now, you're fortunate.
Okay, I
you
see
were
what you're
you
saying
were
now.
30 before genetic modifications even started happening in the laboratory. And that's long before it started hitting the grocery store shelves.
Are all wheats this way now?
No,
Is all corn this way now?
All commercialized wheat has been genetically modified. They've turned on genes that will be resistant to certain pests, and
Why?
because it increases the yield, and companies like ConAgra and Monsanto can make more money.
Grow more.
It's money,
Okay.
correct?
Yeah, follow the money.
Now, that's right. Now,
Thank you.
if you want to, thank you for your call. If you want to, you can eat spelt grain whole, and you can actually buy organic spelt flour at Publix.
I just thought spelt was a fish.
No.
Oh. I don't know. I just thought
Smelt?
Maybe.
By the way, Ted sounded pretty good for
He
you.
did sound great.
Yeah, he sounded great.
You should have told him about the book Wheat Belly. That's
Well,
what he
but
should-
the thing is that everyone's different, and certain people have a hardier constitution. But I tell you, I can guarantee you, there are certain things that Ted does that are going to be more challenging for him than others. Now, for example, my husband has really strong digestion and could eat a car and be fine. He just has really hardy digestion. He also grew up in France, where the food's different, it's sourced differently. So everyone's different, and you have to consider, what your system is sensitive to. But if you have any kind of chronic inflammation, that's anything from fibromyalgia to asthma to, any kind of congestion or inflammation, sore joints, those are classic symptoms of wheat and dairy intolerance, and they will cause the body to mimic arthritic symptoms. You just want to rethink your food. Okay, another tip, vitamin C. You can load up on it. There's a great...
This is for the cold.
This is for colds.
That's an old
It is,
story.
but I keep hearing more and more that
Linus
you can...
Pauling, I know.
Linus Pauling. But I keep hearing more and more, you can go up to 7,000 milligrams a day.
See, I've heard that. That changes about every 10
It does.
years.
Everything changes. Nothing stays the
First
same.
they say, it's terrible for you, it'll kill your
Yeah,
kidneys.
but that's why you have to stay up on things, because the only constant is change. Vitamin E recently, in the past couple of years, has come under fire and actually has shown signs of toxicity. So I don't recommend that people take vitamin E anymore. You don't know, but you want to pay attention. So, if you can get a powdered vitamin C that's highly absorbable, there's one called Longevity Plus. I am not a spokesman for these vitamin companies. I do not make any money from them, but it's a powdered form, so you sprinkle it in water. It's more easily digestible and absorbable, and you'll know you're taking too much if you end up getting a little diarrhea. That's too much. You need to back off. But vitamin C is a great way to keep yourself in good shape. Swap your coffee for hot water and lemon.
I do both.
That is the best way to
I have
keep
hot one lemon first
yourself
in the
from
morning,
getting
and then
a
I'm even
cold.
on to having tea sometimes after
That's
that.
good.
And then coffee later.
Right. But it's the first thing you do in the morning.
Hot water and lemon.
The first thing you put in your body after fasting during the night of sleep is very important. And the more alkaline your body, the healthier you are, because bacteria and viruses cannot live in an alkaline state. Coffee's acidic. You put it in your body first thing in the morning. You're setting yourself up to pick up whatever microbe's going to come along.
All right.
So if you're concerned about, staying healthy, especially during this cold season, that's what you should do.
All right, I got about 15 seconds. I just want to mention the study. We'll talk about it next time. But apparently the AMA has come up with the Journal of American Medicine. asked 20 healthy men and women to sip a cherry-flavored drink sweetened with pure glucose or pure fructose. Glucose and fructose, of course, are simple sugars. What they found out is fructose is sweeter, also less expensive. Over the years, the balance of calories and sugars in the American diet shifted to favor fructose. However, now fructose has come into fire because it is now causing cravings.
Of course, because fructose is usually manufactured from high fructose corn syrup. There's a documentary that was done on the BBC that they've actually done studies that show that high fructose corn syrup turns off the receptor in your brain that tells you you're full. That's why people that are obese often have had a high intake of high fructose corn syrup. You really want to stay away from any kind of processed sugar substitute. The best choice is honey, locally sourced if you can, because that means it's macrobiotic and it will be very beneficial for your immune system. You also could do raw organic sugar, or you could do like agave syrup, which is somewhat controversial, but I'm still a fan, I have to say.
All right, Laurie Martin Gregory, Healthy Living. We'll come back. We'll go to the movies with Laurie right here on the Voice of Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Recently, I had a great conversation with General Manager Pat Murray on the special events at Country Club of Ocala.
We have a lot of events, special events here that are geared towards the family. Easter comes to mind. We have an Easter bunny who hops around on the driving range, and we usually hide somewhere in a neighborhood of 3,000 eggs and turn them loose and let them go harvest the eggs. We have a great family celebration here on the 4th of July where it's a traditional cookout, if you will. And as the sun goes down, the driving range becomes alive with probably one of the better fireworks displays in the area. Breakfast with Santa is a big deal.
Country Club of Ocala, where the Easter Bunny, Santa, and all the children, large and small, are a big deal on every special occasion. For more information, call 352-237-6644. That's 352-237-6644. Country Club of Ocala, proud sponsor of the Monday Gator Report right here on The Source.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price affects trade allowance. Offers don't combine.
Ho, ho, ho. It's the holidays.
Hey, this is Santa. Chris Spears from Prestige. Auto sales are up 13% for the year, and interest rates are at an all-time low. I'm selling cars faster than I can get them, and I'm in a ho lot of trouble.
So this week, Santa is paying as much as double for your old sled.
Based on the nicer, newer car you choose, I will pay you up to twice the appraised value for your old car. Don't wait till next year to drive the car of your dreams.
Yes, you could get double for your old car right now. Plus, our For the People credit approval process could approve your credit whether you've been naughty or nice.
I need cars now. I'll pay you a lot more for your old sled, which means you can drive a nicer, newer car today.
Hurry, the ho 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 ends once Santa has a ho 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 lot of cars.
I'm Chris Spears, and I'm a dealer for the people. Visit me at Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala or Bellevue.
Or call 694-1234. See you at Prestige.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Fred Nell. He's the owner of Mr. Scoop. He is going to tell you how dog poop saved his life. He's written a memoir about it, and he has become an inspiring and motivational speaker to at-risk youth. Wait till you hear his story.
Open for debate, where both sides of one issue will be discussed.
And Brad Broersma and Josh Verdunk will be in the studio from Ocala Aviation Flight School on Winging It, telling you what it takes to become a pilot.
Lynn Sennett is a volunteer recruiter and trainer with the Guardian Ad Litem program of Florida 5th Circuit. She's going to be speaking about the Florida Guardian Ad Litem program and about the training session that begins January 30th.
And then Maureen Malloy Ferguson is coming on. She's the Senior Policy Advisor for the Catholic Association. She's coming on to speak about the U.S. government mandated insurance that went into effect January 1st that is being fought by Hobby Lobby, as they do not like the government mandate because of Hobby Lobby's religious commitments. All of that plus Fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
This is Wendy and Will of Dex Imaging. By now, you might be tired of hearing us talk about Dex. So instead of us telling you how much Dex can save you on your copier costs and how we can help your office be more efficient, we thought we'd let Judy tell you.
Hi, I'm Judy, the office manager of Graper Facial Institute here in Gainesville. We operate 8 medical offices, so I was looking for a document management system that would copy, scan, print, and share documents among all of our locations, but something that was within our budget. Dex Imaging recommended a Kyocera with their Index solution. It's been amazing. This machine does everything we need it to, including a direct scan into our current electronic medical record software. Dex even trained us on how to use it. Dex has been a tremendous help in making our practice and my job more efficient.
Thanks, Judy. And remember, call Dex Imaging today for a free workflow analysis to find out how you can save 20 to 30% on your copying and document management needs, just like Graper Facial Institute. Dex Imaging, 352-224-1816. That's 224-1816.
In Clark, we trust.
Hi, this is Clark Howard. I'm so excited to be on in Ocala, where I visit twice a year because I have relatives in Ocala, and it's great that my show is on every evening at 6 p.m. right here on WOCA, The Source.
Right here since 1957. We're WOCA, News Talk 1370.
WOCA.
We're back on the Voice of Ocala. I'm Tom Schmitz. Buddy Martin, he's running around in the building being imported somewhere.
He stepped away.
Well, he's got a lot of things to do.
No,
he's new and he's making new and improved spots for shows and everything, and he's taking care of an Angie Lewis situation right now. So,
which is important.
Very important to make sure Angie Lewis is happy.
Yes.
Because without her happiness, JJ would be grumpy.
Yeah, we love her.
So, long time no see, Lori.
I know, Tom. I kind of went through withdrawals a little bit.
It's been almost like 2 days since we were together on the microphone.
I know.
You know, we're going to
kind of miss you a little bit.
We're going to replace the old guy.
Oh, well,
just get rid of him.
He's so good at what he does, though.
He is good at what he does.
Yeah.
You know what he's really good at?
What?
Putting together a great group of people so that it flows wonderful even when he's not around.
He's a good team builder, and he's also a very good teacher.
He is a good teacher. He is.
Yeah. A CF should snap him up.
They
to
should
teach a class.
snatch him up. They should.
If they were smart, they would do that because he's a great teacher.
Speaking of teaching, you're about to teach us a little bit about awards
My
time.
favorite time of year.
You love awards time,
I
don't
just
you?
love the movies. I feel so privileged.
She loves all the red carpet crap too.
Well, it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Someday, I was hoping to do it this
You know
year.
what?
I didn't pull
Would
it
that
off.
not be a great idea, though?
Next
I know what you're
year,
going to say.
maybe. You know what I'm going to say?
Get with Cesar and Carmen Soto and
do
do
a big Oscar gala
a red
at the
carpet
Marion
event like
Theater
with
with a red
on the
carpet.
big screen and
have
everything.
big screens set up outside with some refreshments. Go in and watch it inside on the big screen.
And make it where it's all formal. You got to be in coat and tie, dresses.
It's got to be black tie, and also, you got to fill out your ballots. We're going to give door prizes for most awards, and we'll also make it charity, so you can check off one of 7 local charities that you want your ticket to go to.
Exactly. Well, there you go.
I'm going to do it. I'm not going to win, but
you know who's not going to be at that event?
JJ.
JJ LaSalva.
Yeah.
You said black tie.
Well, maybe he'll be running
Unless
the board.
you mean like the shoestrings in his shoes can be black when he ties the bow there.
I
He's not coming.
think you and I are going to have to do a little red carpet on the air.
Oh, so JJ will be running the board
So he'll
anyway.
probably be running the board there. Maybe we'll put like one of those T-shirts that have the printed tuxedo on it.
Well, there you go. Have
Yeah.
that for JJ. Now, will we get to sip mimosas or champagne or something while we're on the red carpet?
Well, I don't know.
I'm in. So let's talk about award season is upon us.
I love this time of year because movies, I've just always been a fan. I was privileged to work in Hollywood for several years and to see sort of the whole behind the scenes thing, and that was a really great experience. But I'm still a fan at heart. I just really enjoy a good movie.
You've seen quite a few movies here.
I love a good
recently.
story. I have. I always do. I get out this time of year. I'm going to try to see Life of Pi tonight if I can. That's the only one I haven't seen yet. But
that's the little boy and the tiger that are stranded in a lifeboat together.
Ang Lee, gotta love it.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
It's going to be one of the 10
Isn't
nominated.
that the guy who did Brokeback Mountain?
Yes.
Okay.
So, with award season upon us, Golden Globes is first.
Golden Globes is first. Well, actually, there's all these other
When are the
film-
SAG Awards?
Well, those are usually right before the Oscars.
Right.
But here's the thing. There's all these other very heavy-duty critic circle, like New York Film Critic Circle Awards, National Board of Review Awards. These are very stuffy, highbrow critics that are not usually, they're not famous critics that
So
you
not
see on
Gene
television.
Siskel and
No,
Roger Ebert. Those
Although
kind of
they
guys.
may be like in the New York Film Critics Circle,
Right.
but these are the real hardcore critics, and they've already awarded. They awarded in December. So New York Film Critics Circle has awarded Lincoln Best Picture, has awarded Tom Cushman Best Screenwriter for Lincoln. Daniel Day-Lewis Best Actor. I'm sorry, I take it back. Not Lincoln Best Picture. Zero Dark 30 Best Picture, but then Daniel Day-Lewis, Sally Field, and the screenwriter Tom Cushman all for Lincoln.
Right.
So it's looking like it's really going to be Lincoln up against Zero Dark 30.
Well, you know what the Vegas odds say about all this?
What do they say?
Zero Dark 30 is 4-1 odds.
Yeah, it's going to win.
Well, that's
For
not what
Best
Vegas
Picture?
says. Lincoln, 7-5 odds. So that's
Is that better? I'm not an odds
yes.
girl.
It's 2.5 to 1.
And Les Mis is 3.5 to 1.
Yeah, it's not
so
gonna
that's a
win.
little more than Zero Dark
Yeah.
30. So that Lincoln has Vegas
Dark
has it
30 's
Lincoln,
third.
Les Mis, and then Zero Dark.
Les Mis is not going to get it. It's going to be between Lincoln. It's probably going to be Lincoln for Oscars.
That's what they're saying.
For Oscars, I'm thinking it's going to be Lincoln. Although Zero Dark 30, I haven't seen it yet because it's not open yet in wide release. So that's what I'm waiting for. It's only in LA and New York right now. So the Oscar announcements for nominees is on the 10th of January. So
it'll be
a week
live
from
on
today.
it'll be live on ABC at 8:30 in the
That's
morning.
right. They used to do it on Valentine's Day, but they've bumped everything up.
Everything.
So now they're going to announce it a week from today at 7 a.m. The Globes will be January 13th. Now remember, the Globes is all Hollywood foreign press.
Now the Globes will be the week before the Oscar announcement.
The Globes will be 3 days after the Oscar
3 days
announcement.
after the announcement.
That's correct. And actually, this is the first year that members of the Academy will be able to vote electronically.
Now, what's the difference between the Academy and the foreign press? Because the Globes are voted on by Hollywood Foreign Press.
Correct. So that's all the press from foreign.
Besides America, no American press involved.
No, it's Hollywood foreign press.
Right.
It's
So
all
it's-
foreign press.
So
that's who votes on the Golden Globes. The Oscars are the Academy, the American Academy of Arts and Sciences, which is, if anyone has ever won an Oscar, they are now in the Academy. So it's anyone that's living that has won an Oscar for whatever reason, they are allowed to vote.
So those
on who
are
the winners
those are the people in the Academy.
Those are the people in the Academy, and
no
they
critics or anything like that.
unless they're in the Academy.
Right. If
For
they've
some
won an
reason, if
Oscar
they've
or
won an
something,
Oscar,
right.
correct. So it's one of the reasons why it's the most prestigious, because it's really, to me, the Globes and SAG Awards are the most prestigious because SAG is Screen Actors Guild, which is all actors.
Right.
Okay.
And then
So this is the peers.
and
This
the
is
Oscars are people
peer
in the
groups.
Academy because they've won Oscars.
correct. So your peers are voting on who is the best for the year.
So then in sports terms, it would be like
Heisman sort of.
the Oscars and the SAG are like Heisman voting, and the Golden Globes are like the AP poll.
Right.
That's,
Well, is the
Writers vote on
Heisman
the-
is only Heisman winners?
Only no, they
buddy.
get- well,
a lot of old
Oh, that's
school
right.
writers.
Right.
Yeah,
See,
but
it's a
they
little
get they've been put into the New York Athletic Club as a voter.
Oh, I
they
see.
were chosen because of something they did in
Right.
their lifetime to get put
Okay.
into.
So it's a little bit different.
Right,
It's a little bit different.
but close.
Close. Probably the closest thing.
Because Heisman winners have a big vote in Heisman.
Right.
Right.
Of course.
Past Heisman winners.
Right. So I'm a member of Screen Actors Guild.
You are a SAG member.
And the first year that I was a member, I was selected. At the time, they would mail screeners to certain randomly selected members of the guild. And you would receive in the mail either a VHS or a DVD of the movie. And you could watch it in your home. These are current movies. It would be like you going to your mailbox and getting Zero Dark 30 out of the mailbox. So I had just, gotten
I was
into
a SAG member for 3 years. I never got that advantage.
Well, I didn't even know what was
how
happening.
easy is it to become a SAG member?
It's really hard.
It's really hard.
It's kind of a
The only reason-
catch-22.
The only reason I became a SAG member was because I had a part in the movie Glory that had to have a SAG card to
Right.
be in it.
So they don't give everybody copies of the screeners, but this particular year, I started going to my mailbox and I'm getting all these movies. I'm like, what's going on? And then I finally got the letter saying you've been selected. Now they put all of the screeners online. So
anybody can go look.
No, you have to be a SAG member.
Right, but any SAG member can go look at it.
But you can go, and actually, if you're in Los Angeles or New York, you can take your Screen Actors Guild membership card and go to a theater, and most of them will just let you in so that you can view the movie because you're going to be voting on them.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to get what Lori thinks.
I'm going to give you my top picks for
will
Best
be the
Pick.
top picks of 2012, 2013 for the Oscars. And actually, it's 2012 because it had to play for 1 week.
That's right.
In the year of 2012 in Los Angeles.
In Los Angeles.
For it to be qualified for the Oscars.
Right.
So we'll take a break. We come back. We'll wrap up this hour with what Lori thinks are the best chances for Best Picture on the Voice of Ocala on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Hi, I'm Dr. Terry Compton, inviting you to join us on the Voice of Ocala to discuss a painful subject, pain, not a one-size-fits-all pain, because pain is very personal and comes in all forms. That's why we need to talk about where you're hurting, and we can find out why. Then I can recommend ways to help deal with it, whether it's physical pain, emotional pain, the psychological pain of loss, or the pain of physical injury. And when we define your pain, we can begin looking for ways to treat it. Did you know that a lack of vitamin C can cause severely excruciating pain? So listen to my new show, Dr. Terry, on the first Friday of each month, live from Gateway Bank at 3:30. We're all in this together. There's a better way of living. Let me help you find it on the Dr. Terry Show.
Tune in and join Dr. Terry the first Friday of each month right here on The Source.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
Cookies, 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 cookies.
When you want something special and fun for any occasion, get cookies. That's right. The Great American Cookie Company in the Paddock Mall, Ocala will make a delicious, fun-filled delight just for you. You might notice that I said fun and delicious more than once. That's because I can't say it enough. The next time you're at the mall, be sure and stop by or call 352-237-2557 to place your order.
Cookies, cookies,
Yum.
cookies, cookies. We go cookie eating cookies.
The Great American Cookie Company.
Hi, I'm Dr. Terry Compton, inviting you to join us on the Voice of Ocala to discuss a painful subject, pain, not a one-size-fits-all pain, because pain is very personal and comes in all forms. That's why we need to talk about where you're hurting, and we can find out why. Then I can recommend ways to help deal with it, whether it's physical pain, emotional pain, the psychological pain of loss, or the pain of physical injury. And when we define your pain, we can begin looking for ways to treat it. Did you know that a lack of vitamin C can cause severely excruciating pain? So listen to my new show, Dr. Terry, on the first Friday of each month, live from Gateway Bank at 3:30. We're all in this together. There's a better way of living. Let me help you find it on the Dr. Terry Show.
Tune in and join Dr. Terry the first Friday of each month right here on The Source.
Hi, this is Tom Schmitz, the host of Buddy's Saturday Sports Page on WOCA. The Saturday Sports Page is your weekend destination for everything sports, from NASCAR to golf, baseball to boxing, and of course the best, most comprehensive football coverage on the radio. Also, you don't want to miss my weekly Are You Kidding Me rant? So join me and JJ LaSalva every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. for Buddy's Saturday Sports Page on WOCA, The Source.
We're back wrapping up the second hour of The Voice of Ocala. Lori Martin Gregory, before we went on break, Lori, you were telling us what you think, and this is completely what you think, but you are, by the way, a card-toting member of the Screen Actors Guild.
Which really doesn't mean anything.
And you are certified to be a movie critic, are you not?
I think Buddy Martin, I think, certified me.
That's all. Hey, Buddy Martin certified you as a movie critic. That's all the certification you need.
If I manage to eke out 72 reviews this year on my blog, I will be eligible to join the Florida Film Critic Circle. So we'll see if I manage to do that. You're an
MCMR, Martin Credited Movie Reviewer.
That's correct.
There you go. You're an MCMR. There you go.
That's right. I want my certificate. Yes.
Okay, right.
Yes. I'm just a kind of a movie junkie, really, is what I am.
So
I watch a movie almost every day.
So give us your movies that are going to be Best Picture. Django Unchained,
these aren't necessarily my favorites, but these are the ones that I think will be nominated based on what I've seen and what I've read and what I've heard.
Django Unchained.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I'm good.
So Django Unchained for sure is going to be in the top running. It won't win, I don't think, but it will be nominated for Best Pick on the 13th. We've got Lincoln. Really, it's the best pick is going to come down probably. My pick is Lincoln. But I haven't seen Zero Dark 30, but it's going to be between Lincoln and Zero Dark 30, which, by the way, I heard on NPR this morning that Zero Dark 30 is coming under fire because a lot of the information in the movie, by the way, is about the whole Navy SEAL operation,
SEAL Team 6,
in
Right.
getting to Osama bin Laden. But there's information in there that they're saying was classified. They don't know how Catherine Bigelow is the director. They don't know how the movie obtained this information. So we'll sort of watch what happens there.
So let's go over the 10 real quick. We got about a minute left.
So
let's go.
Lincoln, Django, Zero Dark 30, Argo, The Master, Silver Linings Playbook, Life of Pi, Moonrise Kingdom, Beast of the Southern Wild, and Les Mis. The Hobbit is the wild card. That's my pick.
The Hobbit is a wild card, baby.
Correct. And we'll know for sure a week from today. So when we do our segment next week, we'll know who's nominated.
Actor is Daniel Day-Lewis. And then everybody else, right?
Daniel Day-Lewis, Hugh Jackman will be sort of battling it out.
But your wild card is Jack Black will get nominated.
He'll get nominated, but I don't think he's not going to win. Tony Hopkins will get nominated. Bradley Cooper will get nominated from Silver Linings Playbook. Joaquin Phoenix will get nominated from The Master. Phenomenal performance
then Jack
from
Black
him.
may not get nominated for Bernie.
He might. Bill Murray may knock him out. Ben Affleck's probably going to get nominated for Argo as well. So that's going to be a tight race, but just give it to Daniel Day-Lewis. He's amazing in Lincoln.
Well,
no question there.
We will know all of this next week.
Yes.
When we do this segment next week, they will have announced the Oscar nominations. So stay tuned for Lori Martin Gregory next week to be even more excited than you are this week.
See how I do this week or next week on my picks.
If you see Lori out at the movies, don't bother. She's into the movies.
I'm in the zone. This is like Super Bowl season for. It is Super Bowl, but it's the equivalent if you're a sports fan for me of the Super Bowl. So
not like Sugar Bowl. Not like the Sugar Bowl.
No, that's more like the.
Well, Lori, thanks so much for coming in, giving us your movie stuff.
Thank you for having me.
All your healthy living and filling in for your dad while he was away doing busy things.
Thank you.
Coming up next, Buddy's Sports Page. Mark Long's coming on. Who else we got, buddy? We got Franz Beard. We got
Richard Burton.
Richard Burton.
I'll tell you what went wrong.
And Buddy Martin and only Buddy Martin will have the definitive answer on what happened last night.
The debacle
to the University of Florida Fighting Gators, who didn't really fight last night. They sort of laid down.
Yeah, you want to stay tuned for that.
We'll talk about all that next on Buddy's Sports Page on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And State Farm agent Angie Lewis is always there too, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. At the Angie Lewis State Farm Agency, they go far beyond any slogan. Angie wants to help you adjust your insurance needs as your life evolves, from everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. They want to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. Each week on The Voice of Ocala, they feature a Good Neighbor of the Week, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. They're also big sports fans and sponsor our weekly State Farm State of the State report, which highlights a different college sports program each week. The Angie Lewis Agency of Ocala is located at 1122 Northeast 36th Avenue, where visitors are always welcome and the coffee pot is always on. Call your Good Neighbor State Farm agent today, Angie Lewis, at 291-2444. Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name. If you need a sign or a banner for your yard or your business or your campaign, I'd recommend you go to Signs Unlimited at 318 South Magnolia in Ocala. Screen printing, embroidery, digital graphics. Do what I did when we needed signs for the Save the Marion Theater Group. Go see Vic Buttermore at Signs Unlimited if you want quality work with a fast turnaround from somebody who is deeply committed to his community and always ready to assist you. There's a reason Vic's slogan is, "It's our business to make your business better." Sign up for Signs Unlimited. Call 732-7341 today.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Internet addiction is real because it takes over sufferers' lives, costing them their savings, job, their relationships. And the only way for internet addicts to regain control is by getting professional treatment. The point is to not expect your partner to be everything in your life. That's a big mistake. When you're self-sufficient, you do add strength to your relationship because you don't depend on your partner to fill all of your emotional need.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
So what did you do with your weekend? Me? I was flying, because I'm taking flying lessons from Ocala Aviation. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, hey, I'd like to give that a shot, but I'm not quite sure. Well, I've got the solution. It's called the Discovery Flight, and that's exactly what it is. It helps you discover the wonder of flying and if it's for you. It's only $99, and it gives you the chance to learn a bit more about the airplane and then actually go for a ride with a flight instructor and take control of the airplane. That's how I got started, and now I'm on my way to being a pilot. Yeah, I know, scary thought, right? But the demand for qualified pilots is stronger than ever, and with the help of Ocala Aviation, you could make a career change and learn to be a commercial pilot. But it all starts with a Discovery Flight. So stop by the flight school, conveniently located at the Ocala Airport, visit the website at ocalaaviation.com, or call 861-7484. That's 861-7484. Ocala Aviation. Your adventure starts here.
Every day we hear another story about innovation or about cutting-edge technology taking place right here in Ocala. The power plant, IHMC, Ocala 489. Did you know that important medical research is also being conducted here that may impact hundreds of thousands of people in the country someday? Maybe you've heard the name Renstar, but like so many others, perhaps you didn't realize that Renstar Medical Research is one of the top facilities of its kind anywhere in the U.S. There are important research studies being conducted by a highly qualified team of medical experts at Renstar, impacting decisions of major pharmaceutical companies and bringing new drugs to market. And you can be a part of these studies, as so many local people have done and are currently doing. Renstar has conducted more than 500 studies since its inception and would like to extend the opportunity to you to be a part of these cutting-edge programs. Call 877-629-5800 or 352-629-5800 if you'd like to know more. Renstar Medical Research, locally owned and operated in beautiful downtown Ocala. Renstar, seeking tomorrow's answers to the health questions of today.
You're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
ABC News Now. I'm Daniela Bellato. Women don't yet rule in Washington, but a record number, 20, were sworn into the Senate today. 16 are Democrats, 4 Republicans. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton will soon be headed back to work a day after being released from the hospital for a blood clot. A spokesperson says she's resting but raring to go and will return to her office next week. Well, it was back to class today for the students and staff who survived the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting. They're now going to school in a nearby town. Security is so tight it's being called the safest school in America. Connecticut's governor, meantime, marking their first day back at school by ordering a review of the state's gun laws, school safety measures, and mental health programs. Falling asleep behind the wheel, it's crazy, but new data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention shows 1 in 24 people have nodded off while driving in the past month. This is ABC News.
You see and hear ad after ad about owning gold, but they raise more questions than they answer. That's why American Bullion has created a comprehensive free gold guide packed with unbiased information about gold as an investment. Get the facts before you buy. Call American Bullion now for your free copy of the gold guide at 800-479-2177. That's 800-479-2177. Are you tired of stressing out about the economy and ready to take control of your retirement funds? American Bullion has a precise, tax-free, and hassle-free system to convert your existing IRA or former 401k into a gold IRA. That's why they're the leader in gold IRA rollovers. It's all spelled out in the free American Bullion Gold Guide that answers all of your questions in plain and simple English. Call for your free copy today at 800-479-2177. That's 800-479-2177. American Bullion. 800-479-2177.
How much time? 30? 30 seconds? I'm on right now. I don't believe you.
Okay. Enough kidding around.
Ho, 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 ho.
And now it's time for the Buddy Martin Sports Page.
He actually had me stay here last night in his gym.
It's like I don't fit in. It's like I don't belong here. Let's go talk to a couple of guys that never gamble.
Oh, see, I made Lewis a bet here. See, Lewis bet me that we couldn't both get rich and put you on the phone house at the same time. He didn't think we could do it.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir, and I never slide.
And now, here's Buddy.
All right, time for Buddy Martin Sports Page on a Thursday and the countdown toward the national championship game on Monday night between the Irish and the Red Elephants from Tuscaloosa. Looking forward to the night's Sugar Bowl game between Florida and Louisville.
What?
The Sugar Bowl game between Florida and Louisville.
Yeah, that hadn't taken place yet.
I didn't see it last night. Was it on?
I didn't. I was watching Duck Dynasty.
I saw two teams out there, but I don't think it's...
No, you saw one team and another team dressed in orange jersey and blue pants.
All right, here's the headline.
Opposite.
Boy, was I wrong. I made a bad U-turn last night. I reversed my pick. I originally had Louisville. Said, I got a feeling maybe that the Gators are going to play tonight and that there may be a coming out party for Jeff Driscoll. Well, there was one, but it was down the tubes.
Remember what Pink said, too, buddy. There's no way it's going to be a blowout. Da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Well, there was one genius yesterday that had something to say real
Who was
quick.
that now? You got JJ, you like that? Who you like? Who'd you pick?
I didn't pick this game, but I like Teddy Bridgewater to win.
To win?
Yes.
Straight up?
Straight up.
Florida.
Lunch, JJ.
Florida by
lunch.
Florida by 14.
I don't have any money to spend on lunch.
Florida by 14, buddy.
Didn't you hear Tom in there with his genius?
Wait, I heard Buddy say lunch, so Buddy owes you lunch, JJ.
No, I didn't take the bet.
Hold on a second. He says, I didn't pick this game. That's what he said.
Well, we were doing our 6 picks of the week, buddy. But I did say Bridgewater was going to win.
Yeah, but JJ.
Oh, please.
You said I didn't pick this game.
Well, there was some other games that, caught my eye first.
Hey, there's a good game tonight, by the way. Enough about Florida.
Hold on 1 second. No, not enough. I got a long way to go in Florida. But here's the deal, JJ. Good call. Good call. And you should never play with scared money. You should have taken the lunch bet.
I don't know. See, I needed to get good odds. Like, they're 14-point underdogs, so if I buy you lunch, it'll be like McDonald's. If you buy me lunch, it would have to be like Harry's.
I can go to McDonald's. No, it'd be more like about La Cuisine.
Right.
You buy me lunch. Here's the deal. It was a good call. Here's the thing about the money lines, I'm not a gambler, but when you can feel like a team's going to win, forget about odds.
Bet the money line.
The money line. Okay. Anyway, all right. I'm going to do my little rant here on Florida, and then we're going to move on to something else. But the first question I have, why in the world was Charlie Strong snubbed when Urban Meyer left? He was never even asked to interview for the job. I'll ask that question of Mark Long of the AP and Fran Spear today later. It's a valid question given last night's fiasco in New Orleans. And I think I said, if you played that same tape back, it depends on the health of Teddy Bridgewater. Well, apparently he has pretty good health.
Yeah.
Because he absolutely shredded a good defense last night. I'm not sure if it was Teddy Bridgewater or the ghost of Joe Montana. I'm not sure, but he looked like Joe
on third
Montana.
Downs. Woo!
That gets me to my next point.
Well,
Florida, horrible on both sides of the third downs. Horrible
terrible.
on conversion and horrible on stopping. Just awful. And the other point I want to make real fast is, why was it they didn't bring that heat earlier? When they started bringing heat on Bridgewater, late in the game, he started missing some of his passes. They waited around too much. I'll just say this, and we'll move on. First of all, Luchase Purifoy and Chris Johnson lost their cool, and Chris Johnson, Juice as he called when he played at Trinity. Good kid, made a bad mistake last night, lost his cool on the kickoff, punched the guy, and got kicked out of the game. And wouldn't you know it?
ESPN.
There's a graphic. Chris Johnson,
which they
Ocala,
never
Florida.
show that
Never
graphic.
do that. That graphic, that guy couldn't wait to get
They never show where they're from.
Yeah.
There it said, Ocala, Florida.
There it is. Another great Ocala moment, like the great ones we've had lately. Oh, boy, can't catch a break there. And finally, a couple other things. This just in, officially, the Gator wide receivers stink.
Oh, my God. They couldn't get open if the life depended on it. I feel like Driscoll was – he holds the ball too long, but it's not all his fault.
That's my next point. By the way, they couldn't get open if they were 7-11, believe me. And Joker Phillips, he better bring some playbooks when he comes because he's going to need them and a coaching manual as new coach. Finally, memo to Jeff Driscoll, you're not a statue. Get rid of the flipping ball, will you? Right. Stop sitting there, look. And he didn't even do the checkdowns because he missed wide open receivers. Now, Driscoll's a promising young guy, and I think he's going to have a bright future there. But, boy, he did not play well last night, and he really hurt his team. I kind of cut him some slack on the fact that his ball got tipped. Who was that? Quentin Dunbar, the first?
Nope, that was Andre DeBose.
That's right, Andre DeBose. Finally gets the ball thrown to him, and then he go pick six on the other
But,
way.
I mean, there was – I forget exactly who it was running wide open. It was still the first quarter. I think it was 14-0.
Trey Burton.
Wide open.
Touchdown.
And he throws the check down to
No,
Gillisley.
he threw it under the receiver, and it got tipped by the DB. Yeah. But it was as wide open as you could get, man.
He does not read the field well at
No.
all. He's obviously green. He's hurt him. He's sat so much. But I'm telling you, I'd have to say next year, based on that game alone, the quarterback position should be up for competition.
Here's my take. I think that everybody's being a little difficult on the offense. The offense did exactly what they've done all year. They sputtered.
They hadn't turned the ball over that many times. They hadn't turned the ball over that many times.
They sputter a lot, but they still get you 20 points. The game was lost because a defense that was ranked number 1 to number 3 in all categories, giving up 12 points a game, showed up, thought they could put a couple hard licks on at the beginning of the game and intimidate Louisville into quitting. And that didn't happen, and the Florida defense wasn't ready for it. Because in the first, remember now, in the first couple 3 plays, you had a guy punch a guy, get thrown out of the game on special teams. Then you had
that was at halftime at the kickoff, onside kick.
Oh, was that I thought it was first half. But in the first, but you did have Bostic get a personal foul, late hit on the quarterback where he rocked. No. This was early. Second series, Bridgewater was out there. He rocked Bridgewater, where Bridgewater was looking around wondering where he was at for a few seconds. Got a personal foul. They tried to intimidate Louisville into quitting. And Louisville took the punch and kept coming, and the Florida defense then didn't know what we're going to hit them hard and intimidate them, and then they'll quit.
Well, you thought after they ended up scoring that touchdown right before halftime, they're back in this. It's Florida, it's Louisville. Florida's a second-half team anyways. That was huge right before half. And then to make that bonehead call to kick an onside
kick was
ruin the team.
Help us out with that, buddy. You've been watching this game a lot longer than we did. We have. What in the hell was that onside kick about?
That was called drunk with success on the last play of the first half.
Right.
They got that trick play, and I give them all the credit in the world. Then they got delusional.
Which I thought the trick play was stupid. Why you're going to have that personnel out on the field?
But you see, you do that formation every time for that perfect moment.
Right.
And they got it.
And they
you know
got
why?
the formation
Strong
they
had
saw.
no timeouts left.
Right.
He couldn't stop it. So it was a chess game, but they won. However, they got giddy about their success, come out with an onside kick.
You got to know when to fold them, buddy.
It's 24-10.
Right,
No,
it's
at that
not
point in
out
time.
of reach.
No. Bad decision, bad play. I think Muschamp said it best. Bad coaching, bad playing.
Well, in Louisville...
And props to Charlie Strong, by the way.
And Louisville, every time Florida made a boneheaded play by turning the ball over or by doing the onside kick and all, kudos to Louisville, because Louisville made Florida pay. Florida had to go to the pay window every time they did something like that. Louisville cashed in every time there was something boneheaded Florida did.
I tell you what, Teddy Bridgewater's right on everybody's Heisman Trophy list.
Chris Spielman last night said he's at the beginning of the year he's top of his.
I don't really care what Chris Spielman says,
but remember,
I know I didn't say I said
Barkley was at the top of everybody's list too coming into this year.
It's true, but Barkley didn't have a game like that at the end of the year. So here's the big test. It's such an embarrassing performance. Did it take the glow off 11-1 season?
For sure.
Let's ask the true Gator fan, Hunter. Hunter, did that loss last night in New Orleans take the glow off this season and make it sort of damaged goods?
I think to an extent, although I will say I'm proud of what they accomplished this year because nobody, even though they have that many wins, I think. So, but to an extent, definitely, because you never want to go out with a loss. I think it's going to leave a dirty taste in your mouth until at least until after spring and head in the fall.
I think that it may actually be to Florida's benefit, and here's why. It's going to leave such a nasty taste in people's mouth. Sharif Floyd's leaving because of financial reasons.
He and Matt Elam, both going to the NFL, announced today. Not announced by them, but was a story broken by CBS Sports.
But Sharif Floyd's going for sure.
Elam's going to go too.
Matt Elam's going. But there were some other guys who may go that I think now with the bad taste in their mouth, they may stay to try to rectify a bad
After
situation.
last night, some should leave.
Well,
I know. We're out of time this segment, but here's what I want to say. Whose famous quote was it? Was it Dennis Green? They are who we think we are.
They are who we thought they were.
And here's the thing about it. I'm afraid to say this, but
they are who we thought they were last night.
They proved to be a fairly average team last night. So that's our take. And here's the tweet I want to read next because he should be up with us next break. Mark Long, AP, says, Sugar Bowl announced crowd of 54,178. The worst since 1939 and smallest ever for a BCS Bowl.
And I don't even know if there was 50,000 there.
What has happened to the Mighty Gators? We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk to Mark Long of the Associated Press, get his take on last night and on the fact that who was on the sideline?
Tom Rinaldi.
With who?
Timmy.
Where's he going to be? He was wearing the orange and blue last night. Will he be wearing the black? What is that color? Black and green? Teal, excuse me. I'm sorry. Teal and green. We'll talk to Mark Long, AP, next, right here on Buddy Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source. Every day we hear another story about innovation or about cutting-edge technology taking place right here in Ocala. The Power Plant.
IHMC, Ocala 489. Did you know that important medical research is also being conducted here that may impact hundreds of thousands of people in the country someday? Maybe you've heard the name Renstar, but like so many others, perhaps you didn't realize that Renstar Medical Research is one of the top facilities of its kind anywhere in the U.S. There are important research studies being conducted by a highly qualified team of medical experts at Renstar, impacting decisions of major pharmaceutical companies and bringing new drugs to market. And you can be a part of these studies, as so many local people have done and are currently doing. Renstar has conducted more than 500 studies since its inception and would like to extend the opportunity to you to be a part of these cutting-edge programs. Call 877-629-5800 or 352-629-5800 if you'd like to know more. Renstar Medical Research, locally owned and operated in beautiful downtown Ocala. Renstar, seeking tomorrow's answers to the health questions of today.
Hello, I'm Dawn Lovell, lead event designer and owner at Party Time Rentals. Have you ever wondered what it takes to make an event spectacular? Well, look no further. It's what we do every day, whether you're hosting an intimate dinner for 10 or a gala for thousands. At Party Time Rentals, we find just the right style and elegance to make your event a success. Our extensive inventory of the finest in chandeliers, tents, crystal, china, and specialty items is featured in our fabulous showroom. Stop by and say hello. It's a great way to get ideas for an event and experience for yourself how you can make your party time special.
Party Time Rentals, located on Southwest 10th Street, just off Route 200 in Ocala, and off Southwest 34th Street in Gainesville. For more information, call 352-629-8858. That's 352-629-8858. The party begins at Party Time. Hi, this is Tom Schmitz, the host of Buddy's Saturday Sports Page on WOCA. The Saturday Sports Page is your weekend destination for everything sports, from NASCAR to golf, baseball to boxing, and of course the best, most comprehensive football coverage on the radio. Also, you don't want to miss my weekly Are You Kidding Me rant? So join me and JJ LaSalva every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. for Buddy's Saturday Sports Page on WOCA, The Source.
Look who just walked in the room. Joel Wiesner from What's Up Ocala. Hey, Joel, I'm looking for something to do this weekend. You got any ideas?
Absolutely. Check out our event calendar online at www.whatsupocala.com, and there is plenty of events there for you. Daily news updates to event reviews and magazine articles.
Really?
We've organized it all in one place online for you to cut through all of the hassle of finding something to do this weekend. We have a daily event calendar, a bi-monthly magazine, and we also do daily news articles.
All right, Joel, that's perfect. Thanks so much.
Yeah, whatsupocala.com.
We have Lena on the phone.
Hi, this is Lena with ABC Fredericks Appliance. We service all makes and models and warranty our work and our used appliances, from Maytag to Whirlpool, Crosley, and Speed Queen. So stop in at ABC Fredericks Appliance to see our showroom 1/8 of a mile from the tracks on County Road 25 in Bellevue, or call 347-2781. That's 347-2781. That's 1/8 of a mile from the tracks on County Road 25 in Bellevue. ABC Fredericks Appliance.
Great talking to you again, Lena. See you at ABC Fredericks Appliance.
Call me crazy. Some people say insanity is doing the same thing over and over expecting a different result. I think insanity is 1,000 single-sided full-color business cards for $15 or packing service for 50% off until January 31st, 2013. Call me crazy. Green Sea Printing on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street, 789-6683. That's 789-6683. Look for the yellow signs.
News Talk 1370, WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults, so use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000, 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370, WOCA.
Try to make a move, I won't think twice. I told him you could have my cash, but first you know I gotta ask what made you wanna live.
Hi, welcome back to the program, Buddy Sports Page. The day after the Sugar Bowl, if you can call it that. I guess it was probably about 2/3 of a Sugar Bowl. As tweeted or retweeted, I forget which one it was. Mark Long tweeted that this announced crowd of 54,178 games worse since 39. They probably only held about 60. Back then, and the smallest ever for a BCS bowl. And to quote the old ball coach, What has happened to the mighty Gators, Mark Long?
Yeah, that was some game for sure. You just can't look at that and see what happened last night and not just question whether or not Muschamp and his staff had those guys prepared and how many of those guys had the NFL on their mind and stuff like that. I mean, they were just absolutely exposed. All those things that they were able to overcome all season, their flaws. The flaws we knew they had, and they were able to overcome them all season, really got exposed last night. Specifically offensively, just not being able to move the ball. And then, defensively, that was the big surprise. This was a team that, has been pretty solid all year. And for them to, give up third downs the way they did and passing yards and rushing gashes, they did a pretty good job against the run, but then they gave up some pretty big gashing plays. I mean, it was just really, eye-opening. And it did make you, like I said, make you wonder where these guys' heads were.
Yeah, we quoted Dennis Green a while ago who said, they are who we thought they were.
Yeah, no, absolutely. In terms of offensively, that is exactly that's what we expected all season. A team that if it got down by double digits, had zero chance of mounting a comeback. The real surprise was defensively, but again, you just gotta wonder whether whether guys like Elam and Floyd. I mean, they played well, but Elam, Floyd, and Easley, maybe they just got their heads somewhere else. And the big thing, and I don't know if you saw Chipper Jones today on Twitter really got after the Gators about the penalties. That's the one. Again, they've been penalized all year. They were the most penalized team in the SEC and one of the top 5 teams in the country penalized. But just makes you wonder, what's going on with those guys. Some of them just completely undisciplined stuff that they'll get fined for at the next level if that's the way they're going to play.
Chipper Jones calling out the Gators, calling them the most undisciplined team he's ever seen. So
yeah, and Chipper questioned the leadership, and he said he questioned Muschamp and said looks like he's letting the inmates run the asylum, and so that's that resonated from the top all the way down, and I think a couple players shot back at Chipper today. Luchez Purifoy, one of them, who was penalized at, I think on the onside kick. Purifoy got penalized, and he shot back at Chipper, basically telling him to stick to baseball. So I don't know where it's gone since then, but yeah, that's, you can't be, if Chipper Jones wants to rip you, he's earned the right to rip you.
Well, especially after the play that he and Chris Johnson of Ocala, we got our own moment last night with a graphic saying from Ocala right there on TV. When they make the play they made it at halftime, and kids make mistakes, but you can't take a swing. I mean, you're taught that when you're in 8th grade, for crying out loud. So. Yeah,
and again, and let's be honest, Chris Johnson hasn't, earned a right to be talking trash or poking anybody on any field. Let's make some plays first, and then maybe we can. If you're Matt Elam or if you're Free Floyd and you make a stupid mistake, or John Bostic, then it's almost you're like, okay, that guy makes enough plays that he can get away with a bad one here or there. But come on, Chris Johnson, come on.
Mark Long, Associated Press. Mark, we're going to open it up just for a quickie here for the roundtable to hear JJ and Tom and Hunter. But I'm going to ask you this question, which I asked earlier, which is, why wasn't Charlie Strong given a chance to interview for the job when Urban Meyer left?
Well, that's a very good question. Part of the problem was, Charlie Strong had gone to Louisville and he was 7-6 in his first year. So it wasn't like, Charlie Strong went there and, turned Louisville into, some big, bad, dominant team in a, pretty mediocre conference in 1 year. So that's part of it. And I think the other thing is, when you're going, I don't know that Charlie would have even interviewed, being that most guys won't leave a program after 1 year. It's just such a Bush League thing to do. And you see guys, the Dangana Holgersons, the guys like that, they get ripped for it. You go to a place, you're expected to be there, beyond one season. A good example is our friend at Tennessee, Lane Kiffin. He wasn't there, a little more than a year, and he got just absolutely demolished for leaving so soon. It's just considered bad, bad policy, bad PR, bad everything to bail on a program after one season. So
yeah, but Lane Kiffin never coached at Tennessee before, and then coached under 5 head coaches. And Charlie Strong had a history, and at least he deserved a phone call.
Yeah, you're probably right, and we don't know if he didn't for sure.
I can tell you, I know he did not.
Okay, well, then he probably should have, and if anything, because of your previous relationship with him, from a Jeremy Foley standpoint, and especially if the fact is, if you were definitely looking for a defensive coach, after the Urban Meyer, after everything that happened under Urban Meyer, if you're looking to go defensive and that's where you want to go, then I think Charlie Strong should have been one of your prime candidates. What I will say is, there was a chance that, things had gotten so sour under Urban that things needed to go in a completely different direction. And if you go and hire a guy who was Urban's assistant, and we all know that, Charlie Strong was not an Urban Meyer guy. He wasn't from Urban Meyer's past. But the thing is, he coached in Urban. You almost feel like if you stick with Charlie there, throw Charlie in, it's almost like you're not really switching gears. You're not really breaking it and giving a clean slate, if you know what I mean. Sometimes in a situation like that, the way things had been the last 2 years under Urban, the last year anyway.
They want a clean house.
Yeah, exactly, and start fresh. And I don't know that an Urban assistant gets you a clean start.
Although Charlie did coach for a whole bunch of other people, including Charlie Pell, Steve Spurrier, Ron Zook, et cetera, So
we're talking with Mark Long. We're talking with Mark Long of the Associated Press. Mark, Tom Schmitz here. One of the things that I saw last night was they had the backup quarterback or the Wildcat quarterback or whatever you want to call it from the New York Jets was in attendance, Tim Tebow, and he was on the set during the pregame of ESPN's game. Then Tom Rinaldi was having some sort of love fest with him over on the sideline. I didn't know what that was all about. But when they asked Tim Tebow, where are you going to be next year, he said, I just want to, as Tim always does, he said, I just want to think about where I'm at tonight and what's going on tonight and everything.
Might want to change that later on.
What's the realistic chance that Tim Tebow is part of the beat you cover, the Jacksonville Jaguars, next season?
Well, let me just say this. I mean, Tim was given every opportunity to bash the Jets, and he did not. I mean, typical Tim, he takes the high road, very classy move by the guy in a situation that he could easily point fingers and call names and take the low road, and no one would blame him. No one would blame him for the way he was treated in New York. Given a bill of goods, sold a bill of goods that turned out completely false. No one would have blamed him for ripping that organization, those coaches. He took a high road. You got to like that. I would say, with him coming to the Jags, I would say, it's probably 60-40 against. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think, you look at the new owner, Shad Khan, definitely wanted him, in March. Definitely wanted him. There was talk about him possibly coming in the trade deadline. But, if everything I'm hearing is right, the owner now is looking for a new general manager. He's out on the beaten path, interviewing all these guys. The feedback I'm getting is that all of the general manager candidates he is interviewing don't want to come to Jacksonville if they have to be tied to Tim Tebow. And I said this on your show. I've said it to others. I've said it publicly, privately. Tim Tebow's got to find the right fit in the NFL. And you've got to find the right general manager, the right head coach, the right system. Everything's got to be right for him to succeed. And I just don't think, some of these guys just aren't committed to him. And you can't, if you're Shad Khan, you can't bring him in and force him on somebody who doesn't want to run a system fit for Tim Tebow. It's just not going to work.
Very interesting. Good stuff as always, Mark. Appreciate that. Belated Happy New Year.
Okay, you too, buddy. Take care.
All right, Mark Long, Associated Press. That's pretty good stuff right there.
Not what I thought he was going to say.
I didn't either. I thought he'd say he would be here.
No GMs they've interviewed want to come here if they have to be tied to Tim Tebow. Yep. Wow.
Shift gears for a minute. We'll talk a little CF basketball coming up in the next segment. Hunter's got the record. What are they, 13-2, Hunter, or something?
They're 15-2, buddy.
Patriots are 15-2.
Not too shabby.
No, they're very good. So we'll talk a little with Richard Burton about that. Coming up about last segment, Fransbury will weigh in on some things for the Gators, a little basketball as well. And we'll talk about tonight's Fiesta Bowl game, featuring a little special they filmed overseas. Urban Meyer's part of that. Bobby Bowden's part of that.
You've been talking about that. It's a really cool spot they got coming up.
That's what I hear. There's been a lot of talk about it. Urban says one of the coolest things he ever did. And he and Bowden
well, you trust Urban when he says it's one of the coolest things he ever did,
I think
right?
so, and Bobby Bowden did too. So.
Well, and Bobby's never a bad time, so.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll catch Richard Burton next from CF right here on the Voice of Ocala Buddy Sports page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com, The Source.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
Hi, I'm Lisa Midget with Kinetic Motion Fitness, Ocala's premier small group and personal training fitness studio. Did you know you can achieve all your fitness goals, whether that's losing weight, getting fit, or training for a personal best, all with no membership fees? Have you ever been embarrassed or intimidated at a big gym because you're not a Greek god or a size 0 supermodel? Have you ever felt like your gym would rather you not even show up? At KMF, we have a team approach that focuses on small classes and personal training, and you'll feel like family, not just another number. No more boring treadmills or endless reps. Our classes are fun, energetic, and get you the results you want. And I should know, with the help of our great trainers, I lost over 100 pounds in 8 jean sizes, and I did it using no heavy equipment and no magic pills, just fun and effective workouts. And yes, I did say fun. Come join us at KMF. Visit our website at kmfocala.com or like us on Facebook. Again, that was kmfocala.com.
Yes, George?
I can't get the car started, and I need to get to Devon Self-Storage in Ocala to unclutter the garage.
Oh, George, don't worry. Devon Self-Storage in Ocala has a free move-in truck now. Just ask for John or Michael. They will gladly help you. George, you better call 352-873-0777.
Oh, thank you, Alice.
Say hi to Gordy for me.
Yes, I will, Alice.
George, with Devon Self-Storage in Ocala, your life just got easier.
Yes, Alice, yes.
Tune in weekly to the Financial Safari and get that common sense approach to financial and retirement planning.
I mean, I like to have guarantees instead of hoping and praying when we're talking about retirement. The person who has you in the risk account doesn't want you to know about it. If you try to do everything yourself, you don't have a team behind you giving you the advice, but more importantly, telling you what's wrong. Just stop doing bad things in your portfolio could take the worry out of living in retirement.
The Financial Safari with Coach Pete D'Aruda and local trusted advisor Jean Ann Durrell. Saturday mornings at 9 on WOCA, The Source.
They've served our country. They've kept us free. And they need your help.
We're sitting in Veterans Park. You can't sit here not realizing that you're surrounded by heroes. There are a lot of heroes in our community. A lot of heroes, unfortunately, are not in good financial shape. They're hurting both physically and financially. We step in and help directly. Our role is to reach out to them. We're there to help the veteran. We do counseling. We do outreach. Sometimes it's just coming into the office and sitting down and saying, hey, I've got a problem, and you're talking to another veteran who understands that problem.
Everybody who works for the Vets Helping Vets are awesome, and they are so kind to everybody. They're like my second family. They really are.
They have been there during the holidays. I have gotten unexpected visits, assistance.
Vets Helping Vets of Marion County needs your help. Call today, 352-433-2320, and pledge your support to Vets Helping Vets of Marion County.
It really has been a blessing.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my
too.
seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
All right, welcome back to the program. The hottest team in Florida might be the College of Central Florida, CF Patriots. 8 in a row as of last night. Took a 16-2 lead out against Prince George's from Maryland. Won 97-58. Coach Tim Ryan's team, red hot. And the guy who knows about that, who's with the Central Florida organization, covers a lot of sports in this community, is Richard Burton. He joins us now on the program. Hey, Richard.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Not as good as Tim Ryan.
They're doing quite well out there.
They look legit right now, and of course it's just January, and we don't know until they get to the tournament. But tell me about this team and why they're so good. They got balanced scoring, I know, and the rebounding appears to be pretty good. How's their defense?
Playing real well, in all, like you said, all phases of the game defensively. They're very long. They do a great job closing out on three-point shooters. And if you don't have an inside game, then it's real tough to score against them. You got Gene McCrory and Jeremiah Easton, who are probably two of the best big men in the state. Gene's getting looked at by UCF, Marshall, people like that. Jeremiah's getting looked at people like Tennessee State and a few other schools. And, they're just tough. And what they do is they'll identify, somebody might hit a three early on them. They'll identify that shooter. And so many of the teams that they're facing have no inside threat, and it really makes them one-dimensional, and CF can focus. You got guys like Will Saunders, Amity Fall, Rodell Wigginton, great versatility, speed, and athleticism, and they're just a matchup nightmare for a lot of the teams they're facing.
Richard, I haven't seen them yet this year. I'm going to try to get out there this month and catch the Patriots that got a chance to go up and see play last year. But the guy I'm kind of interested in because of his balance and his scoring and his assists, is Rasham Suarez, who got 15 points last night, 9 assists, 7 boards. What kind of a player is Suarez?
He's about 6'3". They signed him. He's from Puerto Rico. He does a great job. He's getting better shooting the ball. He's had some games where he's really hit the three. A lot of no-look passes. Really, he's got the height advantage on a lot of the point guards he faces. And he makes big shots. He's fearless on the court. And, he had the 32 against Hillsborough. He had 32 against St. Pete. He also had 12 assists in the Hillsborough game. So he's becoming a much better passer, gets the guys involved, and he's really stepped up in a big way. And, he wants the ball at the end of games, and he's tough. And I haven't seen a point guard that can handle him. I mean, they've won 20 in a row at Patriot Gym dating back to 2011. And they haven't been really challenged at all at home. And Suarez has done a great job, and he's been the focal point of the attack.
Richard, Hunter Turner here. My question to you is, on Saturday they play Tag Academy, and what can we look forward to as far as that goes? Do you think what kind of threat do they pose to the Patriots?
I feel CF beat them by 27, I believe, back on November 27th. Tag, they travel around. They're like one of those. I guess they're like I'm not even sure what they're called exactly, kind of program, prep school program.
Mm-hmm.
They've played CF, and CF's never lost to them. They've had most of the games have been pretty much routes. So it should be a high flying, high scoring affair with Tag. Tag actually hung in for a little while the last time they faced them, and then I think CF closed on like a 21-2 run to end the first half. So they kind of blew them out. So. That should be a good one to come see if you want to see a lot of up and down basketball. They're kind of like an IMG academy who CF and a lot of the other junior colleges face. Tag did beat Hillsborough, so they can shoot the ball. So they don't. From what I've seen, they don't play a lot of defense. It's pretty much an offensive minded game. And if you're going to play like that against CF, it's going to be a recipe for disaster. So it should be a pretty high scoring CF route in my opinion.
All right, what do we got forward to look forward to here in the next couple of months as the Patriots get ready for the tournament, and what are the big home games for people who don't know? See high quality basketball if you go out to see the Patriots play, and there's a reason that Tim Ryan's won 25 the last 2 years and went to the state finals last year and has got the team one of the best junior college programs in the country right here in Ocala. What have they got to look forward to watching? What games coming up, Richard?
I'll tell you the big one that if you want to see a great rivalry, real intense basketball game, you want to see CF when they host Santa Fe. Obviously it's the war of I-75. CF has pretty much dominated them, but all the games are close. I mean, there's never a runaway. Last year, Santa Fe snapped like a 9-game losing streak to the Patriots, and it doesn't sound like it's a real rivalry because CF's won so many, but like every one goes right down to the wire. Ricardo Ratliff, who played at Missouri after his CF career, they had to beat Santa Fe to go to the state tournament, and it took a 3-point shot late in the ball game by Justin Cecil, who played at Mercer. That was a great ball game. Last year, the Patriots won 2 or 3. Both teams made it to the state tournament. They know each other real well. Chris Morey, the coach at Santa Fe, he's done a fantastic job. Bobby Hunter is a freshman guard. He's one of the top scorers in the nation. So that would be one to look at.
What's that date again? When is that?
His name is Bobby Hunter.
No, what date is it? What's the date on that Santa Fe game?
I have to check that.
I can't
real
get it.
quick.
I tried on my iPad to get the schedule, but I can't get it up. So.
Yeah, I believe it's in February. Let me find my schedule here. Let me find that. Yeah, Bobby Hunter for Santa Fe is one you got to watch. He's an excellent ball player. I'm gonna pull up our site right now, but
yeah.
FSCJ is another team to watch. They're around the 500 mark, but very athletic. They've actually had a couple wins over CF here in the recent past. I'm trying to pull it up here on my computer here at home.
Yeah.
So I know they played them 3 times. The Mid-Florida Conference, St. John's River dropped men's basketball, so they don't have it. Obviously don't have it. So everybody's going to play 3 times this year.
Gotcha.
They're down to 4 teams. Seminole State dropped it a couple years as well.
Yeah. Well, we'll look it up on the website and get it to people. It's on cfpatriots.com. We'll find out. We appreciate your help, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks a lot, buddy. Hey, February 2nd.
February 2nd. Thanks, Richard. Richard Burton from CF.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks very much.
Buddy.
Yeah.
I have a very cool story here.
All right, well, we got a couple of headlines from JJ real fast, and what's on we were going to do an update, and then we'll get that.
All right, real fast. Kansas City Chiefs are on the verge of a deal to make Andy Reid their next football coach, buddy. 2 sides met for 9 hours on Wednesday, so it looks like he's about to be the new coach. Florida State defensive end Bjorn Werner, I believe that's how you say his name.
Yeah, German.
The big German defensive end will enter the NFL draft. He had 40 tackles, 13 sacks
Good player.
last year. He's supposed to be a top 10 pick.
Yeah, all right. What you got, Tom?
University of Florida. Last night, as we've talked about on this show today, not really a good evening for the Florida Gators. But what does the Florida football team usually traditionally do at the end of every football game, especially victories?
They normally go down and sing with the band. Victories only, though.
They sing the alma mater with
the band. Yeah.
Right.
They don't do that when they lose.
Well, last night,
yeah,
one player did.
Who was
it? Junior linebacker Darren Kitchens.
Yeah.
Who didn't get in the game, didn't play in the game.
Yeah.
He thought that he was like, I know we only do it after victories, but this season has been a victory for us as a team. And so I want the last alma mater, the last chance to sing the alma mater of the year. I'm going to do it. Stood by himself as everybody else went to the stands to see their family and friends and went to the locker room and sang the alma mater with the Florida Fighting Gators band.
Nice
what is it? Sunshine? What's the band called?
No, it's you talking about the alma mater?
No, the band, the Gator band, the Sunshine song.
I don't know.
But yeah,
Pride of the Sunshine.
Pride of the Sunshine. But stood all by itself.
Used to be Pride of the Southland. Now it's changed.
Yeah, stood all by itself to sing the alma mater.
How about that?
Pretty good story.
Good picture there too of him standing by himself.
Yeah, standing by himself with his helmet held high.
That's on Dr. Saturday.
It's Yahoo on Dr. Saturday on Yahoo.
Good story.
Written by Graham Watson. But speaking of bowl games. We got a pretty big one tonight. JJ's really interested in this, and I'm actually looking forward to it. Oregon versus Kansas State. Two teams that have had to bid for late season losses may have been in the positions that Alabama is in now.
Your team and JJ's team.
Well, the quarterback I was high on all year, Colin Klein, and the team that I said at the beginning of the season,
your team,
would be a national title hope, the Oregon Ducks.
And JJ's team would call it Kansas State.
So
I still like Oregon to win.
It's going to be a very good football game. I like Oregon to win the football game as well.
Just be careful. I know what happened last night.
Speed kills, buddy.
Well, JJ was right last night, so I'm agreeing with him now.
Oh, so you jumped over to his side now.
Quick.
Okay.
So
don't break your ankles.
Very good game, Fiesta Bowl. Quite possibly, besides the national championship game, the best game on the bowl season schedule. Although the Texas A&M Oklahoma game looks like it's going to be a pretty good football game.
Yeah. I'm waiting for Monday night. I watch it tonight. I want to see that special that they shot with the troops. I heard Urban talking about it on ESPN about how he and Bobby Bowden and coaches and these members of the military showed up thinking it was going to be like a small group. They had a stadium. They had star players and big names, and they treated these people to a couple of hours really neat for the troops over there. I think it might have been Afghanistan, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to watch this will be featured
38 degrees tonight at kickoff in Phoenix, Arizona.
There you go. Well, it'll be a little bit, I'm sure it'll be
chilly.
a little cold.
A little football.
Isn't it indoors?
Football
Yeah, it's indoors.
Yeah, it's not.
By the way-
It's not really in, and it's not really.
It's one of those
Phoenix.
removable
They
stadiums.
said the roof's open.
Okay.
By the way, Kansas State wins straight up tonight.
JJ, there's your chance, JJ. You want to get?
We finally wanted
money
to
line?
contribute something, and this is what he contributes.
All right. Well, you know what? He may be bright. You never know.
He may be.
All right. Take a break. Come back. We'll talk to Franz Beard. We'll check with him on his thoughts about last night's debacle in the Sugar Bowl. After this timeout on Buddy Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. I want to tell you about a conversation I had recently with General Manager Pat Murray on the great family atmosphere at Country Club of Ocala.
It's a family-first club. Again, we have any number of different types of memberships, but obviously the one that attracts the greatest level of interest is our family. And the reason for that is we have a little something for everybody. I mean, we obviously have a world-class golf course. We have 7 tennis courts here for all levels of tennis players. We have a junior Olympic-sized swimming pool. We have a fitness center that's second to none, and we have state-of-the-art equipment in our fitness center.
Country Club of Ocala, where the facilities are all a family would ever need. For more information, call today at 352-237-6644. That's 352-237-6644. Country Club of Ocala, proud sponsor of Monday's Gator Report and Gator Talk Thursday right here on The Source.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price affects trade allowance. Offers don't combine.
Ho, 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 it's the holidays.
Hey, this is Santa, Chris Spears from Prestige. Auto sales are up 13% for the year, and interest rates are at an all-time low. I'm selling cars faster than I can get them, and I'm in a ho lot of trouble.
So this week, Santa is paying as much as double for your old sled.
Based on the nicer, newer car you choose, I will pay you up to twice the appraised value for your old car. Don't wait till next year to drive the car of your dreams.
Yes, you could get double for your old car right now. Plus, our For the People credit approval process can approve your credit whether you've been naughty or nice.
I need cars now. I'll pay you a lot more for your old sled, which means you can drive a nicer, newer car today.
Hurry, the ho 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 ends once Santa has a ho 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 lot of cars.
I'm Chris Spears, and I'm a dealer for the people. Visit me at Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala or Bellevue.
Or call 694-1234. See you at Prestige.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Fred Nell. He's the owner of Mr. Scoop. He is going to tell you how dog poop saved his life. He's written a memoir about it, and he has become an inspiring and motivational speaker to at-risk youth. Wait till you hear his story.
Open for debate, where both sides of one issue will be discussed.
And Brad Broersma and Josh Verdunk will be in the studio from Ocala Aviation Flight School on Winging It, telling you what it takes to become a pilot.
Lynn Sennett is a volunteer recruiter and trainer with the Guardian Ad Litem program of Florida 5th Circuit. She's going to be speaking about the Florida Guardian Ad Litem program and about the training session that begins January 30th.
And then Maureen Malloy Ferguson is coming on. She's the Senior Policy Advisor for the Catholic Association. She's coming on to speak about the U.S. government mandated insurance that went into effect January 1st that is being fought by Hobby Lobby, as they do not like the government mandate because of Hobby Lobby's religious commitments. All of that plus Fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM. now.
If you want to avoid getting ripped off and put more money in your pocket, then join me, Clark Howard, every weeknight at 6, right here on WOCA, The Source.
Don't ever miss a single edition of the Mike Huckabee Show. We're going to have a whole lot of fun talking the big issues of the day. We'll talk to the newsmakers and the issues that made them a newsmaker, as well as we'll bring you some entertainment, some fun. You never know what's going to happen on the Mike Huckabee Show. Don't miss it.
Join Mike Huckabee every weekday from noon to 3 exclusively on WOCA The Source.
Hello? Can you hear me? Because if you can, then so can your customers. Radio works. Call today to advertise your business right here on WOCA 1370, The Source.
WOCA, News Talk 1370. Good talk, great conversation.
All right, final segment of the day. We switch now back to the subject of Gator basketball and football. I know a guy who watched this game last night was probably as horrified as most Gator fans were. Complete meltdown in the Sugar Bowl, and disappointing to see a quarterback like Jeff Driscoll, who has great promise, to regress as he did last night, and one that's got to be disconcerting for Gator coaches. Franz Beard, were you absolutely horrified by what you saw?
Horrified would be an upgrade from where I was, buddy. That was just the worst possible display that you could see. It's almost as if they went all the way back to August training camp and forgot everything they accomplished during 12 weeks of the regular season.
I agree. It's like he had his whole brain deleted. I think of all the things that happened, the things that I find it hard to forgive are the fact that he holds the ball as long as he does. He hasn't been coached out of that. Then to make some of the stupid mistakes, and particularly upsetting was the Purifoy Chris Johnson foul on the with ill-timed onside kick in the second half. As I said earlier, they got lucky on the play right before the halftime, and they pulled off a trick play and got delusional and came back and made a bad decision to onside kick and then had the foul. So how many different things could go wrong in just a couple of plays?
Well, as we've talked about during the season, buddy, this is a very fragile team. And it's the kind of team and the kind of quarterback that if things don't go right in the beginning, you worry about them, as we saw in the Georgia game, for example. When things didn't go well, they never went well for Jeff Driscoll. And when things didn't go well for the team, you had to hope. Well, this is a case where I think had they been able to come back and get 3 or 4 first downs after giving up that opening touchdown, maybe, just maybe, they might have been able to regain whatever it is they had. But the fact that they did a 3 and out, Louisville was already believing they could win. They get a touchdown on the first play, then get a 3 and out. Wow, that just changed Louisville's psyche completely, and I think the Gators just kept digging themselves a hole. I don't think they helped themselves at all because I think they were confident, way too cocky. I think that showed in the personal foul penalties that were totally uncalled for. Every single one of them, you look on the replay of them, and those were all totally uncalled for.
Yeah, we got about a minute. I want to try to cover 2 subjects, and if we have time, a quick basketball comment. But the question that has to be asked, looking back on it now, and we got 30 seconds to answer this question, did Jeremy Foley make a mistake, at least not in calling Charlie Strong and giving him courtesy to a phone call when Urban quit?
I don't think Charlie would have taken the job. I think Jeremy knew that. I think Charlie had only been at Louisville 1 year, and I don't think he was going to leave after 1 year at Louisville, even if it were the University of Florida. I think Charlie's got too much integrity.
Well, it certainly turned out well for him, that's for sure. And the question now is, did this loss last night, and did it really take the sparkle off this season? How bad did it damage what was an illustrious 11-1 year?
It hurts, but I don't think it hurts that badly. I think the stench of the season will be worn off by a great recruiting class that they're about to bring in. The one thing they've got to do, though, buddy, is they've got to build off this recruiting class. They've got to rebuild the momentum, and Will Muschamp has got to regain the focus of his team, because I can tell you right now, that was not a focused team last night.
Right.
You lost, something happened in these 30 days. They lost
Right.
the focus.
And we're out of time, France. We'll talk hoop next time. Gators play at Yale on Saturday. We'll talk about on Monday. We'll talk about the game against Georgia. Thanks, France. Appreciate that. France Beard, I want to thank our guests tonight, Laurie, Mark Long, Richard Burton. France Beard on behalf of JJ, Tom, Hunter. I'm Buddy Martin. Have a good night, everybody.
You've been listening to the Voice of Ocala on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. Remember also to tune in every morning to listen to AM Ocala Live with Robin and Larry right here on The Source. Every day we hear another story about innovation or about cutting-edge technology taking place right here in Ocala. The power plant, IHMC, Ocala 489. Did you know that important medical research is also being conducted here that may impact hundreds of thousands of people in the country someday? Maybe you've heard the name Renstar, but like so many others, perhaps you didn't realize that Renstar Medical Research is one of the top facilities of its kind anywhere in the U.S. There are important research studies being conducted by a highly qualified team of medical experts at Renstar, impacting decisions of major pharmaceutical companies and bringing new drugs to market. And you can be a part of these studies, as so many local people have done and are currently doing. Renstar has conducted more than 500 studies since its inception and would like to extend the opportunity to you to be a part of these cutting-edge programs. Call 877-629-5800 or 352-629-5800 if you'd like to know more. Renstar Medical Research, locally owned and operated in beautiful downtown Ocala. Renstar, seeking tomorrow's answers to the health questions of today.
What's up, Ocala?
This is Joel.
And Amanda.
With What's Up Ocala Magazine and Media.
We want to invite you to come see Ocala's top fashion designers.
And models.
The New Year's Kickoff Business Expo begins at 1:30 with a never-to-forget fashion show following at 6 p.m. What's Up Ocala will have food, live music, and vendors showcasing their new products for 2013.
Categories of fashion include dress to impress, equine, business casual, a weekend away, local designer showcases from game day dresses, and the Tutu Factory. We will be ending the show with a complete bridal transformation. This is the largest fashion show Ocala has ever seen, emceed by the one and only Kelly Hart, with performances by local and national bands.
Sponsorships and vendor booths are still available. Be sure to attend this free event and stay connected to our updates by visiting our Facebook page or downloading the What's Up app from the App Store and Android Market. It's free.
The 2013 Ocala's Choice Awards will be presented at the show. This is an event you don't want to miss.
What's up, Ocala?
Hi, I'm Ernie Sprantz. Join me weekday mornings at 10:50 for Report to Consumers. Consumer news you can use from your hometown station. News Talk 1370, WOCA.
WOCA. Hi, this is Brad from Ocala Aviation. How would you like to have someone give you $4,000? Call me.
Brad, can't end the commercial that way.
Why not?
Because you have to tell them why you're giving away $4,000.
No, I don't. It's $4,000.
Yeah, I know, but for what?
Oh, I see. You mean like tell them it's for a flight scholarship that gives young people a chance to fulfill their dreams of becoming a pilot?
Yeah, something like that.
Nah, just give them the phone number. It's $4,000.
All right, what's the phone number?
352-861-7484.
Okay, that works.
This is Wendy and Will of Dex Imaging. By now, you might be tired of hearing us talk about Dex. So instead of us telling you how much Dex can save you on your copier costs and how we can help your office be more efficient, we thought we'd let Judy tell you.
Hi, I'm Judy, the office manager of Graper Facial Institute here in Gainesville. We operate 8 medical offices, so I was looking for a document management system that would copy, scan, print, and share documents among all of our locations, but something that was within our budget. Dex Imaging recommended a Kyocera with their Index solution. It's been amazing. This machine does everything we need it to, including a direct scan into our current electronic medical record software. Dex even trained us on how to use it. Dex has been a tremendous help in making our practice and my job more efficient.
Thanks, Judy. And remember, call Dex Imaging today for a free workflow analysis to find out how you can save 20 to 30% on your copying and document management needs, just like Graper Facial Institute. Dex Imaging, 352-224-1816. That's 224-1816.
Hey, Larry, nice haircut.
Oh, thanks, Robin. Looks like you had something different done, too.
Yes, I did. Thanks for noticing. I went to Lupe at Merle Norman on the Boulevard for a fresh cut, some summer highlights, and a facial.
No kidding. That's who I go to. I didn't know she did all that.
She does coloring, waxing, styling, updos, microderms, and she does it all for prices that won't break the bank.
Sounds like you can take the whole family there.
As a matter of fact, I do.
Hi, this is Lupe. Let me be your personal stylist. To set up your appointment, call me today, 426-1229.
In Clark, we trust.
Hi, this is Clark Howard. I'm so excited to be on in Ocala, where I visit twice a year because I have relatives in Ocala, and it's great that my show is on every evening at 6 p.m. right here on WOCA, The Source.
Good talk, great conversation. WOCA, News Talk 1370.
You're listening to WOCA, Ocala.
You're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
Now, I'm Chuck Sievertson. A history-making day for women. 20 have been sworn in as U.S. senators, a record today. Quickly recovering from a blood clot in her head, according to doctors, Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. Spokesperson says Clinton will return to work next week. There will be no retreat and there will be no surrender. A direct quote from the Putnam County, New York top executive, Mary Odell, refusing to release the names of gun owners to a local newspaper, which has put a map with names and addresses of firearms owners in 2 other counties north of New York City on its website. Critics call it dangerous. The Journal News says it's all public information. The Senate Intelligence Committee has launched an investigation to determine how much the CIA may have influenced the portrayal of torture scenes shown in the hit movie Zero Dark 30 about the hunt for Osama bin Laden. Ever dozed off behind the wheel? Studies now show 4% of drivers admit it. University Hospital in Cleveland says the best thing to do is pull over and nap for 20 minutes. This is ABC News.
You see and hear ad after ad about owning gold, but they raise more questions than they answer. That's why American Bullion has created a comprehensive free gold guide packed with unbiased information about gold as an investment. Get the facts before you buy. Call American Bullion now for your free copy of the gold guide at 800-479-2177. That's 800-479-2177. Are you tired of stressing out about the economy and ready to take control of your retirement funds? American Bullion has a precise, tax-free, and hassle-free system to convert your existing IRA or former 401k into a gold IRA. That's why they're the leader in gold IRA rollovers. It's all spelled out in the free American Bullion Gold Guide that answers all of your questions in plain and simple English. Call for your free copy today at 800-479-2177. That's 800-479-2177. American Bullion. 800-479-2177.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Fred Nell. He's the owner of Mr. Scoop. He is going to tell you how dog poop saved his life. He's written a memoir about it, and he has become an inspiring and motivational speaker to at-risk youth. Wait till you hear his story.
Open for debate, where both sides of one issue will be discussed.
And Brad Broersma and Josh Verdunk will be in the studio from Ocala Aviation Flight School on Winging It, telling you what it takes to become a pilot.
Lynn Sennin is a volunteer recruiter and trainer with the Guardian Ad Litem program of Florida 5th Circuit. She's going to be speaking about the Florida Guardian Ad Litem program and about the training session that begins January 30th.
And then Maureen Malloy Ferguson is coming on. She's the senior policy advisor for the Catholic Association. She's coming on to speak about the U.S. government mandated insurance that went into effect January